gentlemen, the warm weather is here, so let's go out to Jack Benny's house where we find Jack and Rochester cleaning out the swimming pool.
Well, all the water's out of the pool now, boys.
Good. Gosh, this pool sure can get dirty in a few months.
Maybe it would keep cleaner if it had a tile bottom.
Well,
Or even a cement bottom.
Well,
In fact, any kind of a bottom would be better than just plain mud.
Well, I would cement it, but I'm growing rice in the shallow end. Now, Rochester, when we finish cleaning the pool, I want to transplant some tulips in front of the house.
Tulips? Why?
Well, Queen Juliana of the Netherlands is going to be in town soon. She'll be staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel, which is just a couple of blocks from here, and she may drop in, you know.
Oh, then you met Queen Juliana when you were in Holland.
Well, no, Rochester. You see, the day before I arrived in Amsterdam, the Queen had gone to Rotterdam, you see. But her husband, Prince Bernhard, he's a wonderful fellow.
Oh, then you met Prince Bernhard.
Well, no. You see, I went from Amsterdam to Rotterdam. But when I got to Rotterdam, I found out that they had gone back to Amsterdam.
You'd have done better if you'd have gone to Boulder Dam.
I guess so. Now, come on, let's start cleaning the pool. Rochester, go over to the other end, and we'll... Oh, look at that frog over there in the corner. Isn't he cute?
Yeah, he's sure big, too.
Rochester, help me catch him. Oh, he'd make a cute pet. I'd like to keep him.
Anything that's green, you like to save.
Hurry, he's hopping away. Rochester, where'd he go? Where is he?
He jumped up on your head, boss.
On my head. Well, get him off. Get him off, quick.
Hold still, I'll get him.
Hello, Jack. What's all the excitement?
Rochester, get him off.
Boss, Miss Livingston's here. Tip your frog.
Oh, hello, Mary. Oh, darn it. He got away. And I wanted to keep him.
Oh, Jack, you've already got a turtle, a lizard, a garter snake, 2 crickets, and a caterpillar. What do you want all those things for?
Well, Mary, it's no fun coming home at night to an empty house, you know.
That reminds me of the first time we met.
Huh?
When you leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Come up to my apartment, honey, and I'll show you my insects."
I was a sly one, wasn't I? Say, Mary, how do you like the way I'm fixing up my backyard?
Oh, it looks fine.
And you know, as soon as the pool is filled, I want you to come over and swim every day.
Oh, I'd like to, Jack, but I'm putting all my money into savings bonds.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. I only charge for the upkeep.
Upkeep? You charge 10 cents for the locker, 15 cents for a bathing suit, and a quarter for the use of the pool.
Well, I don't charge anything for the shower.
No, but the price of towels is ridiculous.
Rochester.
Well, Rochester's right. You charge for everything. 5 cents for a sun chair, 7 cents for a beach umbrella, 10 cents for a water wing.
Mary.
You even got a meter on the diving board.
Look, Mary. What are you laughing at?
You've got the only swimming pool that's listed on the New York Stock Exchange.
Stock exchange.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Dennis.
Oh, hiya, kid.
Oh, boy, cleaning out your swimming pool. How you going to fill it, Mr. Benny?
Well, I really wasn't planning to for another week or so.
Gee, I wish you'd fill it now.
Well.
Go ahead, Jack. Fill it up.
Okay. Rochester, turn the water on.
Oh, boy, hot diggity. How long will it take?
About a half hour. Now, Dennis, here's the key to the locker. Go in and put on some trunks.
Oh, I'm not going swimming.
Why do you want me to fill the pool?
I'm thirsty.
Look, kid, I'm not filling the pool for you to drink. If you want to go swimming, that's different.
Well, I'd like to, Mr. Benny, but I can't swim.
Well, you can go wading.
And up to your neck, it's only 15 cents.
Yeah, I lose a fortune on Gary Cooper. Hey, you over there, just harvest the rice. Don't eat it. Go ahead, Dennis. Sing, will you? That was very good, Dennis. Now, if you want to stick around, you can help me fix up
Hiya, kid.
Oh, hello, Phil.
Hello, Phil.
Well, clean out the old pool, huh? Getting ready to open for business, eh, Jackson?
Yep. Say, Phil, would you like your job back again as lifeguard?
Not after what happened last year when that fellow nearly drowned.
What happened, Phil?
Before I could save him, I had to buy a ticket to get in the pool.
Well, Phil, I can't afford to pay you a lifeguard salary. Rochester, what are you doing?
I'm testing the diving board.
Well, good. And when you're through with that, you can...
Hey, Jackson, come over here a minute, will you? I got something I want to discuss with you.
With me?
Yeah.
Well, look, Jack, I've got a dentist appointment. I'd better be running along.
Wait a second, Mary. I'll just see what Phil wants.
Oh, all right.
What's on your mind, Phil?
Well, about Bagby, my piano player.
What about him?
He's leaving my orchestra.
No. Bagby's quitting your band? Why?
He's going back to his old job.
His old job, what was that?
Professor of psychology at Heidelberg.
Phil, you mean to stand there with that bottle in your hand and tell me that Bagby, your piano player, used to be a professor of psychology?
Are you kidding? He's got one of the most brilliant minds in the country. You ought to see his degrees. He's got his A.B., M.A., LL.B., Ph.D., and his S.Q.C.T.F.
S.Q.C.T.F., what's that?
San Quentin, class of 34.
Phil.
He was voted the alumnus most likely to come back.
Phil.
For a while, we thought he was going to graduate magna cum gas chamber.
Well, Phil, what are you worried about? You can get somebody to replace Bagby.
Yeah, but that ain't what bothers me, Jackson. It's his piano, and he's going to take it with him.
Well, for heaven's sake, can't you get another piano?
Not one that makes ice cubes.
Ice cube?
When you press the foot pedals, you get draft beer.
I wondered why that piano said Stein instead of Steinway. Well, Phil...
Jack, I've got to be going. I'll be late for the dentist.
Wait a minute, Mary. I'll go with you. I haven't had my teeth cleaned in a long time.
Okay.
Phil, I'll discuss this with you later.
Okay, Jackson, so long.
So long. Come on, Mary, let's go.
I'm not going anywhere with you to take that frog off your head.
Is he still there?
All right.
Get off. Get off. Okay, Mary, let's go.
Hey, Mr. Benny, was that a frog on your head?
Yes.
Gee, I thought your toupee was winking at me.
Well, it wasn't. Come on, Mary, let's go. Mary, which office is your dentist in?
Down at the end of the hall.
Oh, yes. I hope he can take me, too. While I'm getting mine cleaned, it wouldn't hurt me to have them checked for cavities.
Well, here we are.
May I help you people?
Yes, nurse, I have an appointment with Dr. Foster. I'm Mary Livingston.
Oh, yes. You're just in time. Go right in the first office on your left.
Thank you.
Miss, while I'm here, I want to find out about my teeth.
Yes, sir. When did you leave them?
No, I'd like Dr. Foster to examine them.
Well, Dr. Foster has no appointments open. However, Dr. Nelson has a cancellation. I'm sure he can take you.
Well, good.
I'll have to get some information first. Your name?
Jack Benny,
Occupation?
a violinist.
Oh. Yes, I heard one of your concerts last summer.
Oh, from the stage of the Philharmonic?
No, from the diving board of your swimming pool. Now, your age, please.
Well, how old would you guess me to be?
28?
No, I'm a little older than that. Guess again.
61.
For your information, miss, I happen to be 39.
Oh.
Yes, oh.
Well, you'll have to wait a few minutes. Dr. Nelson is busy. You can sit right there and wait.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, excuse me.
Hi, Rube.
Oh, hello. I haven't seen you for a long time.
Well, I don't get to town much anymore.
Oh, you still living in Calabasas?
No, couldn't stand the nightlife, so I moved to a smaller place.
You live in a smaller place than Calabasas? How big is it?
Well, when 4 kids play Ring Around the Rosie, they circle the town.
Well, that's really a small town, isn't it?
You ain't kidding, Rube.
What?
They had to widen the street to put the white line down the middle.
Hey. Hey, that's pretty good.
By the way, I saw your last television show. You make a good-looking woman.
Well, thanks, but I don't intend to dress like that again.
You ought to. You ain't nothing the way you are.
Look, mister, I only sat down
Dr.
here...
Nelson will see you now, Mr. Benny.
Thank you.
So long, Rube.
Goodbye.
Right through that door, Mr. Benny.
Thank you. Oh, doctor.
How do you do?
Look, doctor, I'd like to have...
Don't tell me you have a toothache.
No, I don't have a toothache at all. I only want...
Just sit down and leave the rest to me.
But, doctor, all I want is... Doctor, why are you strapping me in this chair?
Well, the last time I pulled a tooth, I yanked too hard and threw the patient out the window.
Oh, my goodness, did the tooth come out?
All of them. He hit a fire plug.
Now, look, doctor, I don't need an extraction. All I want you to do is examine my teeth.
Yeah, very well. Open your mouth, please. Wider. Wider so I can look way back. Yeah. That's fine. I can see everything now. Your teeth look fine.
Good.
But you better do something about that appendix.
Appendix?
Now, just hold still and I'll complete the examination. Now, Mr. Benny, before my technician comes in, I just want to make one final check. Open your mouth.
Doctor, why are you spinning my pivot tooth?
I used to be a disc jockey.
A disc jockey?
And now I'd like to dedicate this next tooth for Billy, Mervyn, Manny, Jesse, and all the boys at Hickey's Bar, and happy birthday to Jeanette.
Now cut that out! Look, I just came here for...
You sent for me, Doctor?
Yes, I have a patient here who requires an X-ray.
Oh, very well. You operate the camera, and I'll swing the chair around so you'll get a good picture.
Is that the technician? He looks like a frog I met this morning.
Well, he's my X-ray man, and he's made some very good dental pictures. Perhaps you've seen them. They played all the neighborhood theaters.
Dental pictures?
Yes, Sorry Wrong Molar.
What?
David and Bicuspid.
Look, doctor.
And the latest one with Montgomery Clift, A Space in the Gum.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Look, doctor, I haven't got all day. If your man is going to take this X-ray, let him take it.
I'm going to take the picture. He's going to direct it.
Direct it?
Now, tilt your head back, Mr. Benny, and on cue, open your mouth, raise your tongue, press it over toward your right cheek, smile.
Look at what's going on here.
Lights, camera, roll 'em!
Doctor!
Don't move. We're trying for an Academy Award.
Look, all I wanted was a simple examination.
I have the picture, Doctor. I'll have it developed in a minute.
Good. Mr. Benny, while we're waiting, just sit back and relax.
Thank goodness.
Come in.
Should I sing now, Doctor?
Yes, Miss Verner.
Sing? Doctor, what is this?
Our floor show. We can't afford magazines.
What? A floor show?
When your sweetheart just sends a letter of advice.
What is this, anyway?
It's no secret you'll feel better if you cry.
Doctor, who needs a floor show?
When waking.
Look, Miss Verner. Miss Verner. The frog sounded better before. Miss Verner, wait a minute. Look, wait a minute, Miss Verner. Wait a minute. Wait a minute! Oh, brother.
What did you stop me for?
Miss, do you happen to know when you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you?
No.
Good.
Well, here are the results of the X-ray, Doctor.
Let me see. Oh, yes, a wonderful picture.
Doctor, what does it show?
Just a moment. According to this X-ray, you have an abscess.
An abscess?
Yes, it's sort of a pocket.
Gee.
It's nothing to be alarmed about. Finding a little pocket under a tooth is very common. Although yours is unusual.
Why?
It has money in it.
Look, Doctor, if you think I'm going to stay in this chair...
Now, settle down. It'll only take a minute. Oh, nurse.
Yes.
Grab the patient by the hair and hold his head back.
Yes, Doctor. Whoops.
Well, then grab him by the ear.
Doctor, I only came here for an examination, that's all.
Doctor, I want to have a word with you.
Excuse me.
There's a carrot in the front of me.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Then you'd better help me. Nurse, hand me my forceps.
Forceps.
Novocaine.
Needle.
Swabs.
Burrs.
Straight chisel. Drill.
Coat.
Hat.
Suitcase.
Doctor, what are you doing?
Our lease is up. We're moving.
What?
Come on, nurse.
Doctor, let me out of this chair. Dr. Nelson, don't leave me alone.
When your sweetheart sends a letter.
Doctor, come back. At least give me some Novocaine. Doctor.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary.
How'd things go at the dentist?
What a crazy dentist. I came in, he says, how do you do? He has a crazy X-ray man. He has a girl singing songs in the office. He makes movies.
Well, if it's that bad, why don't you change dentists?
No, I think I'll just change writers. Good night, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Polaris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Easter Sunday, and in cities all over the country, people are Easter parading. Right now in Beverly Hills, Jack is getting ready for his stroll down Wilshire Boulevard. At the moment, he's taking a shower, and Rochester is laying out his clothes.
Mr. Benny's been in that shower a long time. But he always stays in there pretty long. He'd get through soon if he'd sing in the shower like everybody else instead of playing his violin. Well, I'd better lay out his clothes.
Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
I'm through with my shower. Bring me a nice big towel.
The biggest towel we have is the one you took from the Acme Plaza Hotel.
Well, bring me that.
I can't. It's still on the roller.
Well, bring me any towel. I'm cold.
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Thank you. Here, Rochester, hang my violin on the line. Professor LeBlanc is giving me a lesson tomorrow.
Yes, sir. You want your clothes now, boss?
Just my shorts. I'm going to do my exercises.
Here you are. You've really been doing your exercises regularly, haven't you?
That's right, Rochester. I want to look nice and trim on my TV show next Sunday. Well, I'll start with my bending exercises. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bend down, touch the floor. Lift my arms up in the air.
Bend down, pick up your hair.
Gee, it's hard to bend down like that. Oh, boy.
Now for your knee bends. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up, 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 up. Congratulations, boss. You made it.
Yeah, that's enough for today. I better get dressed. And I think I'll wear my blue suit today.
That ought to look swell. I'll get it for you.
Good. And Rochester, while I finish dressing, look through my closet, see if any of my clothes need to be sent to the cleaners.
Yes, sir. But what about this gray suit, boss?
I don't know. How does it look to you?
Well, it's got a gravy stain on the sleeve, salad dressing on the pants, butter on the cuff, coffee on the lapel, and meat sauce all over the vest.
It has?
Yeah, shall I send it to the cleaners or put it in the refrigerator?
Send it to the cleaners. But first, Rochester, go through the pockets and make sure I didn't leave any money in it.
Oh, boss, calm down.
Never mind, just do it. Well, I'm all dressed, Rochester. How do I look?
Fine, but you'd better put your glasses on.
Oh, I'm not going to wear my glasses today. They make me look old.
But you don't see too well without them.
Rochester, I just wear my glasses for reading. Now, let's see. I think I'll take I'll get it. Oh, hello, Phil.
I'm Mary.
Oh, happy Easter, Mary. Well, I'm ready to go walking if you are.
Okay. But aren't you going to say anything about my new dress?
Say, it's very pretty. Hey, Mary, isn't it kind of daring?
No, Jack. It's been the style for a couple of years. It's called a plunging neckline.
Oh.
All the girls will be wearing them today.
They will?
Yes.
Rochester, bring my glasses. Thanks. Come on, Mary. Let's go to the boulevard and stroll in the Easter parade. Gee, there are a lot of people on Wilshire Boulevard, aren't there, Mary?
Yeah, and everybody's dressed so nice.
Well, so are you. Gee, that new hat you're wearing is really cute. Where'd you get it?
The May Company. They give me all my clothes.
The May Company gives you your clothes? Gee, that's funny. You've been working for me for the past 15 years.
I know. They send me food, too.
Oh, well, that's nice of them.
Say, Jack, how far do you think we ought to walk?
Oh, I don't know. Probably as far as La Brea, and then... Say, Mary, look. There's Phil Harris standing on the corner.
Are you sure?
Well, he's standing, but I think it's him. Yes, it is.
You're right. Hello, Phil.
Hiya, Livy, you little Easter bunny. Who's that egg you got with you?
Darn it, I forgot to take off my bathing cap. Say, Phil, Mary and I are strolling down Wilshire. Want to join us?
No, Jackson, no. The Chamber of Commerce wants me to stand here till another bus comes by.
Another bus?
Yeah, I'm the grand finale of the 95-cent tour.
What?
Them out-of-towners go nuts.
Oh, brother.
Phil, aren't you a little conceited?
Nah. Conceit is when you think you got it and you ain't.
Phil, and you've got it?
Well, I must have, Jackson. They want me to run for president on the prohibition ticket.
Mary, you talk to him, will you? I can't.
Look, Phil, Jack and
Step back, Libby. Here comes another bus load of tourists. I got to take a bow.
Phil, Jack and I are going for a walk. Do you want to join us or not?
I'd love to, Mary, but some of my musicians are going to pick me up. They're having a little card game, and they need a fifth for bridge.
Phil, you mean a fourth for bridge?
No, a fifth. They play, and I pour. Oh, Harris, you can always depend on a feed line from that gray-haired gentleman with the button shoe.
Come on, Mary, let's go.
All right. So long, Phil.
Hey, so long, Livy. See you later.
Come on, Dollface. We got a long way to walk yet. Gosh, what perfect weather. Spring, the skies are clear, the flowers are blooming, the sun is shining. Hey, look who's here, my violin teacher.
Bonjour, Monsieur Benny.
Well, Professor LeBlanc, what a surprise running into you.
Hello, Professor.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Well, Professor, you certainly look nice today. Is that a new Easter suit you're wearing?
Mademoiselle, I am a poor violin teacher. I cannot afford to buy new suits.
Well, what do you do with the money I pay you for my violin lesson?
I buy sleeping pills.
Oh, are they any good?
No. After a few days, I wake up.
Oh, well, it was nice seeing you, Professor. And don't forget you're giving me a violin lesson tomorrow.
I will not forget. I will tie a string around my finger.
Good, good.
Better I should tie a rope around my neck.
What?
Goodbye, Monsieur Benny.
Goodbye. Mary, I can't understand why he hates to give me violin lessons.
I can't understand it either. You played beautifully.
Well, Huh? Mary, that was sweet. What made you say that?
Oh, I don't know. Just an impulse. Yesterday I kicked a cop in the pants.
Sometimes you have to let yourself go, you know. Anyway, Mary, we're certainly running into a lot of people we know, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, Gertrude, it's nice getting a day off. It sure is, Mabel. It's swell getting away from that CBS switchboard. Yeah. Oh, Gertrude, I feel so elegant walking in the Easter parade. How do you feel? My feet are killing me. But it's my own fault for buying such small shoes. Well, what size did you get? 9. Oh, for heaven's sake. What's the matter? Getting your foot in a size 9 shoe is like docking the Queen Mary in a Dixie cup.
Well, look who's talking. Get a load of your shoes.
They're not so big.
They're not. Last year, when we went on our vacation, every hotel we stopped at pasted labels on them.
Well, it's a natural mistake because my shoes are genuine cowhide.
Cowhide?
Yeah.
From the way your toes stick out, it looks like milking time.
Gertrude, the next time you talk to me like that...
Oh, hey, Mabel, look. Here comes Jack Benny.
Yeah. And look who's with him. Mary Livingston.
Mabel, they're coming toward us.
Well, Don Wilson.
Hello, Don.
Hello, Mary.
Don, I'm glad I ran into you. You know that story about me in the current issue of Radio Television Mirror?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that same reporter came back to see me yesterday, and he wanted to get some information about you.
Oh, really, Jack?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jack, it's nice of you to tell me this. I feel flattered. What the reporter want to know?
Well, he wanted to know different things like what you eat for breakfast, what you eat for lunch, what you eat for dinner, what you have for dessert, what you have after dessert, what you eat between meals, what you eat before going to bed at night, all those different things.
Well, that's nice, Jack, but didn't he want to know anything about my work on your program?
Yes, he did, Don. He thought that my last couple of shows weren't quite as funny as usual. He wanted to know if you ate one of my writers.
Oh, Jack, I know you're kidding, but I wish you'd stop with that talk. You're always giving everybody the impression I'm fat.
All right, Don, I'll stop joking about your size.
Say, Don, would you like to walk down Wilshire Boulevard with us?
Oh, I'd love to, Mary, but I'm on the other side of the street.
Oh, yes. Lift your stomach, Don. Here comes a bus. See you later. Come on, Mary.
Bun. Bun.
Huh?
Come here a minute.
Me?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mary. Yeah?
What are you doing?
We're just strolling along in the Easter parade.
How far you going?
To La Brea.
That's fine.
What?
You said you was going to La Brea, and I said that's fine.
Well, wait a minute. Aren't you going to try to talk me out of it?
Not me. This is my day off.
Oh.
Well, happy Easter.
Well, same to you. Same to you. Come on, Mary.
What happened?
Nothing. It's all right. We can go to La Brea. Come on. Dennis!
Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mary.
Hey, Dennis, you having a nice Easter?
Oh, sure. I colored Easter eggs all morning, and then I hid them.
Uh-huh.
And then I told my mother to go look for them.
Ooh, that must have been fun.
Oh, no, it was a mess. The eggs splattered all over my mother's new dress, her 2 nightgowns, and 6 of my father's shirts.
Well, Dennis, where'd you hide the eggs?
In the washing machine.
In the washing machine?
Yeah, it was awful.
Dennis, I don't understand this. Colored Easter eggs shouldn't splatter. How long did you boil them?
Oh, boil them!
Mary, you take them, will you? I'm still a little sick from Phil.
Dennis, Jack and I are walking down as far as La Brea. Would you like to join us?
Sure, I'm not stuck up.
Well, that's mighty decent of you. And by the way, Dennis, be sure you're not late for rehearsals for my television show.
I won't. And my mother said that it's okay for me to appear on your TV program, Sonny, if you give me proper credit at the end.
What do you mean, proper credit?
Well, at the end of the program, she wants you to say, Dennis Day may also be seen on his own television show. You may buy his latest recording, I Hear a Rhapsody, at all music stores. He will soon be seen in 20th Century Fox picture, The Girl Next Door, and take your judo lessons from Yamashita.
Dennis, who in the world is Yamashita?
Oh, that's my mother's business name.
Say, Dennis, while we're walking along, why don't you sing something?
Well, do you think it'll be all right? I mean, here on the street?
Well, sure. Everybody feels good today. It's Easter. They're all singing.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday night, immediately after my radio show, I will do my 5th television program of the season. My guest stars will be Dennis Day, Rochester, and one of the world's greatest violinists, Mr. Isaac Stern. I will also play a violin solo. That's funny. They told me there would be applause here. Oh, well, happy Easter, folks.
Broadcasting from the Naval Air Station in San Diego, the Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, since we're doing our program at the Naval Air Station in San Diego, I bring you the star of our show, a sailor who was in the First World War and still has a toupee with a crew haircut, Jack Benny!
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And Don, I'll ignore that attempt at humor, but you're right. During the First World War, I was a sailor stationed at Great Lakes, Illinois. And you want to know something?
What?
Before we leave here, I'm going over to the recruiting office and try to enlist again.
Oh, Jack, they won't take you.
What'd you say, Don?
They won't take you.
I know, but where else can you get a physical for nothing? Anyway, Don, it certainly is a thrill being here at a naval air station. You know, they have so many different types of planes here. Banshees, Sky Raiders, Corsairs. And, Don, did you notice those huge Navy planes landing right on the water?
Oh, yes, Jack, but I was puzzled about those big things on the bottom where the wheels should be. What are they?
Oh, Don, those are pontoons. You see, they keep you afloat in the water.
Pontoons?
Yes, Don, those are the same things that automobiles use in Los Angeles. Which reminds me, Don, I have to be in Los Angeles 30 seconds after this program goes off the air. That's when I do my television show.
But, Jack, how can you make it from here to Los Angeles in 30 seconds?
Don, I'm going to use the quickest moving thing known to science.
Oh, are you taking one of those jet planes?
No, I'm going to go piggyback on a sailor with a 12-hour pass. That's why I brought my spurs. Anyway, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack.
Well, Mary, how do you like doing a show from the San Diego Naval Air Station?
Oh, it's fine, Jack. But you want to know something? I think the boys here are a little too playful.
What do you mean?
Well, when I was coming over here, one of the pilots grabbed my hat as a souvenir.
Grabbed your hat? Well, why didn't you grab it back?
I couldn't. He was in a F9F.
Really? How do you know so much about these boys?
Well, when we got here yesterday, one of the pilots took me in his airplane. And after 20 minutes, he said, "All right, honey, either kiss me or get out."
No.
So, naturally, I kissed him.
Well, Mary, I don't blame you. You wouldn't want to jump out of a plane 10,000 feet in the air.
What are you talking about? It wasn't off the ground yet.
Oh, then getting you into the plane was just a trick to kiss you, huh?
Yes, but then Captain Erdman warned me.
He warned you?
He said if I see any guy around here with puckered lips and he isn't carrying a bugle, watch out.
Well, that explains it. This morning, the whole base looked like Guy Lombardo's brass section here.
And, Jack,
what?
This pilot who took me up wants to impress me and show me how sophisticated he is.
Uh-huh.
So tonight he's going to take me to a club called La Cantina.
Oh, the La Cantina, huh?
Yeah, that's Spanish for butter your elbows and we can squeeze 5 more in.
Oh, is it that crowded?
Crowded. A seaman walked in there one night and came out wearing an ensign for a hat.
Mary, I think you're making this whole thing up. Every time we come to a... Come in.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh! Dennis, how come you're late? Where were you?
Well, I'd have been here earlier, Jackson, but I stopped off at a bar. You gotta live, bub, live.
Jackson, bar, bub?
Oh, boy, am I dizzy.
Dennis, do you mean to say they served you a drink?
No, they said I was too young, so they just spun me around on a stool.
What?
Hey, Don, have you got an Alka-Seltzer?
Dennis, what's the matter with you? All they did was spin you around on a stool.
Yeah, but they held my head in one place.
All right. I heard enough of that silly talk. Now, let's have your song, will you? That was Any Time, sung by Dennis Day. Very good, Dennis.
Thanks, Mr. Benny. I try to sing extra well for these boys because, I used to be in the Navy, too. I spent 2 years in the South Pacific.
I know you did, Dennis, and I was in the South Pacific, and, brother, I ran into some pretty rough seas.
So did I.
Were you ever tossed overboard?
Yeah, but the captain made the fellas cut it out.
Dennis, the boys kept throwing you overboard? That's terrible.
Oh, it was all right. The fish kept throwing me back.
Say, Dennis, when you first joined the Navy, how did they know how to classify you? How did they know what rank to give you?
Oh, that was easy, Mary. You see, first I had to fill out a lot of forms, answer a lot of questions, and then for 2 whole days they gave me a written test.
For 2 days? Gee, that must have been quite a test.
Yeah, and after it was over, they made me an ensign.
An ensign, huh?
Yeah, I wonder what they'd have made me if I passed.
Dennis, let's go back to the part where they were throwing you overboard, I like that better. Sometimes you say
Okay, fellas, here's Harris the Star, so tear up your passes and stay where you are.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Phil, what you won't do to get a reception. What a ham.
Well, I gotta do something when we travel around. You're the only one that gets all the big receptions. Look what happened yesterday when we arrived here. Who took all the bows? You did. I didn't get no welcome at all.
What are you talking about? After I signed all the autographs, I sent everyone over to get your autograph, too.
You did that just to show off. You know I can't write.
Well, Phil, I really forgot that you couldn't write. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
Oh, you didn't, eh? Then why did you hide my rubber stamp?
Because I thought you were going too far when you stamped your name on Admiral Baker's forehead. That's all. I was so embarrassed.
Wait a minute. Another thing, Jackson. I know that trick you played on me last year.
What trick?
You switched rubber stamps on me, and for the next 3 weeks I was signing my name Fragile, this end up.
What?
Mary told me.
Well, I knew nobody in your band could tell you because they can't read either.
Now, you see, there you go again, always picking on my band. Hey, Liv. Tell Jack to lay off of me.
Phil's right, Jack. His boys may not be great musicians, but at least they're gentlemen.
Mary, just because they tip their hats when they pass a pool room doesn't mean they're gentlemen. Now, let's forget
No, I'm not forgetting it, Jackson. My boys don't like that stuff. They're sensitive.
Yes, Jack. The things you said about them at rehearsal made them cry.
Well, Mary, that doesn't mean they're sensitive. They'd cry at the drop of a bottle.
Only if it breaks.
Stop copying me! And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction, tonight we are presenting a dramatic sketch of the sea called All Hands on Deck, or Load the Guns with Tabasco Sauce, Here Comes the Shrimp Boat. That's the silliest thing I'll say tonight. Now, Mary, there are only men on this ship, so there's no part in the play for you.
But, Jack, I want to be in it.
I can't help it, Mary. There's no part for you.
You let me be in it, or I'll tell all these fellows that when you were in the Navy, you saluted a barber pole because it had stripes on it.
I didn't salute. I just said hello. Now, let's get back to the play. As the scene...
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. Jack, you said you'd check the technical terms we use in the sketch to make sure that we're correct. Did you do it?
Oh, my goodness, I forgot.
Well, you better check on it, Jackson. The last time we did a Navy sketch, your writers called the commander Warden.
I know. Well, I'll check everything right now. I'll call up one of these ensigns. Oh, fellow, you in the first row, would you come up here, please? Thank you. I'll ask him, Don. He can tell us whether we're right or wrong. Oh, ensign, tell me, is the flat service on a carrier where the planes take off called a flight deck?
I don't know.
Oh, well. Well, is the thing that the guns stick out of on a battleship called a turret?
I don't know.
Well, is the front part of a ship called a bow?
I didn't know.
Well, for heaven's sake, a fine sailor you are. How'd you ever get in the Navy, anyway?
I was recommended by the Marines.
Oh, get out of here, will you? Now, we'll just have to do our sketch without any help. Okay, Phil, music. As the scene opens, I, Captain McBenney, commanding officer of an aircraft carrier, am standing on the bridge of my ship, the USS Ulysses S. Sassafras.
Wipe your chin.
Quiet. We're on the high seas, knifing silently through the night toward our secret destination.
Captain McBenney?
What is it, Ensign Harris?
We've been at sea 24 hours now, and it's time to open our sealed orders. Here they are, sir.
Good. I'll open them. It's from Vice Admiral Sprague.
Is it important?
Yes, men. This is it. We're going all the way across.
What does it say?
Load supplies and head for Catalina. Men, we haven't much time. Let's send the planes up for a reconnaissance.
Ready planes for reconnaissance.
Gee, those propellers sure stir up the wind.
You ain't kidding. Your hair just went AWOL.
Never mind.
Plane number 7 now taking off for reconnaissance. Plane number 4 taking off for tactical maneuvers. Plane number 5 taking off for Anaheim, Azusa, and Cucamonga.
Anaheim and Azusa and Cucamonga. We haven't been at war with them for years.
Captain McBenney.
Yes, Ensign McDay.
I would like to report the position of the USS Ulysses S. Sassafras.
Good, good. Wipe your chin. What's our longitude?
62 degrees south.
Our latitude?
48 degrees. Would you like to know the altitude?
Altitude? What do you mean, altitude?
You know that last plane that took off?
Yes?
We're still tied to it.
Oh, my goodness. Where are we now?
3,000 feet over Tijuana.
Tijuana?
I think.
3,000 feet?
I ain't been this high since last night at Sherman.
Stop reminiscing. And Ensign McDay.
Yes, Captain McBenney?
I got a report that you disobeyed my orders. Last night you went swimming.
It wasn't my fault, sir.
What do you mean?
I took a walk around the deck, and this ship isn't as long as I thought it was.
Oh. Now look, men. The good ship USS Ulysses S. Sassafras...
Wipe your chin.
...is out on operational maneuvers. We are now entering a blackout zone, so turn out all the lights.
Why, can the enemy see us?
No, but the audience can.
Oh. How did that wave get on deck? What are you doing here?
I was assigned here, sir, by the Navy Department.
Assigned here?
Yes.
What's your rank?
Manicurist, first class.
A manicurist. Good. There will be no hangnails on the USS Ulysses S. Sassafras.
Swab your lip.
Thank you. Now, men, man your battle stations and prepare for... Who can that be?
Oh, I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Miss Livingston. This is Rochester.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Rochester, why call now? We're in the middle of the sketch.
I want Mr. Benny to know I'm in San Diego. I just got in.
Just got in? I thought you drove down with Mr. Benny in the car.
No, I had some work to do, so I left yesterday.
Well, what made the train so late?
I didn't come by train. I was on Highway 101 freelancing.
You mean you hitchhiked?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Well, instead of buying me a train ticket, Mr. Benny gave me a road map and a short talk on the generosity of the American motorist.
Who is it, Wave?
Rochester.
How do you like that? Right in the middle of the sketch. Give me that phone. Hello, Rochester.
Hello, boss. It wasn't so bad hitchhiking, and you were right.
I was right about what?
If you lie down in the middle of the highway, 9 out of 10 cars will stop.
Certainly.
But when that 10th car comes along, it better have a high crankcase.
Well, look, Rochester, you didn't have to call me in the middle of my show, did you?
Yes, boss, this is important. I met an old girlfriend here in San Diego, and, I thought maybe you'd let me use your car.
Well, you met a girlfriend, huh? Well, Rochester, of course you can have my car, but the tank is empty.
That's all right. I'll put in the gallon.
Why only a gallon?
I want to run out of gas when I reach the Silver Strand.
Well, I don't know, Rochester. I don't think I should let you have my car.
But you gotta. This girl is beautiful.
She is, eh? What does she look like?
You want me to describe her to you?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a California sunset just as Mother Nature extinguishes its last golden glow with the tranquil waters of the blue Pacific?
Yes?
Well, put a sweater on it and you've got it.
Oh, I see.
Well, I better run along now. So long, boys.
Goodbye, Rochester.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boys.
What?
Aren't you doing a television show tonight?
Yes, Rochester, in just a few minutes.
On the entire CBS television network?
Yes, on the entire CBS television network.
And are your guest stars going to be Isaac Stern and Dennis Day?
That's right. You mention everything, don't you? What are you laughing at?
I may be a lousy butler, but I'm a great publicity man.
You certainly are, Rochester. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Vice Admiral Thomas L. Sprague, Commander of the Air Force Pacific Fleet, Captain William L. Erdman, Commanding Officer of the Naval Air Station, and Lieutenant Harold C. Boudreau, Special Service Officer, for inviting us down here. And fellas, I want to thank you, too, and tell you it's been wonderful being here. You've been a great audience, and... Come in. Yes, what is it, sailor?
I'm ready to take you to your television show, Mr. Benny.
Fine.
I got my pass. Just jump on my back and let's go.
Well, good. So long, kids. I'll see you on television in just a minute.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to bring you the star of our show, a man who...
Wait a minute. Hold it. Don, who's this guy? What's going on here?
Jack, I'm sorry, but when I read the introduction you wanted me to give you, I just had to go out and hire someone else to do it.
You hired this fella?
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to bring you the star of our show.
Wait a minute, fella. Don, you're the announcer on this show, and you've got to introduce me any way I want you to.
Well, Jack, this time I'm not going to do it. I've got pride, you know.
Pride?
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me
great... shut up! Don, what is this pride you're talking about?
I'll tell you what it is. Just because you played a violin duet with Isaac Stern on last week's television show, I'm not going to introduce you as a great concert violinist.
You're not?
Ladies and gentlemen, it
Hold it, will you, please? Hold it a minute. Hold it.
Phil.
Great concert violinist. Dad, you sound like somebody's been spiking your rosin.
Well, you're a fine one to talk. What do you know about music?
Okay, Jackson, okay. I will admit that personally I may not be the world's greatest musician, but I was smart enough to get together one of the finest musical aggregations in the world.
Oh, you were, eh? Phil, if your band is one of the finest musical aggregations in the world, I'd like to ask you a question about Don Rice, your bass player.
Nobody slaps the bass like Don.
That's what I'm getting at. Why is it he always sticks his hand in a bucket of water before he slaps the bass?
Force a habit.
What?
Used to work in a brewery slapping labels on beer bottles.
All right, Phil, I'll accept your explanation of Mr. Rice's musical eccentricity. But what about Bagby, your piano player?
What about good old Bag?
Well, Phil, I won't say anything about the fact that he's on parole. We'll forget that. But he can't read music, he doesn't know the white keys from the black keys, and I never saw such a crazy-looking piano. What's that extra pedal for?
That was Bagby's idea.
4 pedals on a piano? What are they?
Soft, medium, loud, and gas.
Gas pedal?
Never knows when he'll have to make a getaway.
Oh, then that answers my other question. I was going to ask why the piano has white sidewall tires.
Old Bagby thinks of everything.
Well, it's too bad he doesn't think a little more about music.
What?
Phil, you know as well as I do, not only does Bagby play by ear, but if it isn't in the key of C, he can't play at all.
Oh, he can't, eh?
No.
Okay, Jackson, you asked for it. Hey, Charlie.
Yeah?
Come here a minute.
Phil, you don't have to go through all of
Look,
this.
You said that all he knows is the key of C. Now, let's find out. Go ahead. Ask him anything. Anything at all.
Okay. How about something with 3 sharps?
Go ahead, Charlie. Give him something with 3 sharps.
Well...
Think hard, Charles.
Oh, I know. The Andante movement from the Barber of Seville by Gillette.
Wait a minute. The Andante movement from the Barber of Seville by Gillette. 3 sharp.
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp.
Phil, you can tell that corny Bagby to go now, will you?
Yeah, okay. You better leave town.
How do you like that? He drove the piano right out of the studio. I don't know why I get into these things. All I wanted was a classy introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen...
Not from you! I want the introduction from the one who's supposed... Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. What are you mad about?
I'm not mad. Just that I asked Don to do something. When he refused, it hurt my feelings.
John Wilson, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. After all Jack has done for you. In fact, we should be grateful for what he's done for all of us. And when Jack requests any of us to do something, we should make every effort to comply with his wishes.
Thanks, Mary.
I guess you're right, Mary. Okay, Jack, I'll do it. I'll introduce you as a great concert violinist. Ladies and gentlemen...
Wait a minute.
Mary.
Jack, is that what you asked John to do? Introduce you as a great concert violinist?
Yes, that's all.
That's all? He ought to slap your face.
Mary, I thought you were on my side.
Whatever gave you the idea that you're a great concert violinist?
Because on my television show, I played a violin duet with Isaac Stern. That's why.
And he wants me to call him Yasha Benny. What are you laughing at, Mary?
Last year he killed a grasshopper, and for 2 weeks I had to call him Frank Buck.
I didn't kill that grasshopper. I brought him back alive. So don't be so smart. And anyway, I don't know why Don had to go out and hire someone to...
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis. I'm glad you're here. It's about time for... Dennis. Dennis, you're limping.
Yeah, but I didn't get hurt bad.
Hurt? Dennis, you have an accident?
Yeah, as I was crossing Sunset Boulevard, I got run over by a piano.
Oh, for heaven's sake. That was Bagby. He got his piano from Madman Wurlitzer. Now, Dennis, I got to get this program started, so you better sing your song right now.
I'm not going to sing until you pay off for my being on your television show.
I can't do that until next week.
Jack, why can't you give him the money now?
Oh, he isn't going to pay me money. Mr. Benny said if I went on a television show, he'd do something for me that's a great honor.
A great honor?
Yeah, he's going to write in my name for president in the California primary.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Imagine writing Dennis's name for president.
If I'm elected, I'm going to declare war on Johnny Ray.
Dennis!
I will now sing my campaign song.
Just sing the song you're supposed to.
If you're sweetheart, hey, the song you're supposed to.
That was Be Anything But Be Mine, sung by Dennis Day. A very...
Hey, you!
Uh-huh.
I don't want you to do any announcing on this show.
Oh, okay. Hey, Mr. Wilson, we ain't going to do no introduction. Well, give me my dough so I can go home.
You haven't done anything. I'm not going to pay you.
Oh, yes, you are, Don. You got yourself into this. Now pay him and get him out of here.
Oh, all right. How much do I owe you?
$1.25.
Okay, here you are.
Thanks. So long.
Wait a minute, fellow. Come back here.
Yeah?
You take a job as an announcer on a coast-to-coast program for $1.25?
That's my price, $1.25.
Come here a minute. $1.25 for an announcer. Read this, will you? Just try this.
Yeah, okay, sure. The Lucky Strike program starring Chuck Benny with my Livingstone, Solaris, Rochester, Tennessee, and yours truly, Boyd from Quetch.
That's your name? Say, that's all right, Mr. Quetch.
Jack, you wouldn't dare.
Hey, I can lead a band, too.
Now, wait a minute, Quetch. You ain't leading my band.
Phil, you stay out of this.
I can also sing tenor.
Well, did you hear that, Dennis?
Who cares? I'll be in the White House.
You're not going to be president, forget it. You stick around, Mr. Quetch, and I'll talk to you after we do our play.
Oh, Jack, are we going to do a play?
Yes, Mary. Tonight we're going to do our version of that great Universal International picture, Bend of the River.
Oh, Jack, isn't that the picture that starred Jimmy Stewart?
That's the one. It's a colorful epic of the days of the covered wagon as civilization moved westward into Oregon. So, Don, set the scene.
Okay. In the year 1867, at the end of the Civil War, a covered wagon set forth for the northern tip of Oregon. Its destination was a new settlement, and leading this intrepid group of pioneers was that fearless frontiersman, Buck Benny.
Yes, Buck Benny. That's me. Our wagon's cargo was not guns, ammunition, or other implements of war, but food to tide the settlers through the rugged winter.
Say, Buck,
What is it, Kate?
we've been on the trail since sunup. Don't you think we ought to stop for the night?
No, Kate, we got to keep going till we reach the next water hole. It's only about 2 miles, I reckon.
Oh, Buck, let's stop here for the night.
I said we're going to keep going.
Well, can't the horse pull for a while? I'm tired.
Well, all right. Hey, Dobbin, get out of that wagon. Sure gives you $1.25 worth.
Buck, why can't we stop here? We got plenty of water.
I know, but it's not safe here. This is Indian country.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure. Look there on the ground. A scalp.
That's yours. Pick it up.
Oh.
As we continued towards the hills, we saw signs of Indians everywhere. Though we knew we were surrounded by redskins, we made camp and ate our evening meal. We each ate a can of beans, and they would have been easier to digest if we'd have had a can opener. Suddenly, I heard horses' hoofs. As we listened in the darkness, guns ready for action, the horse came closer. Suddenly, a stranger galloped into our camp. He was about as tall as Jimmy Stewart. And he was slim like Jimmy Stewart. Come to think of it, he smiled like Jimmy Stewart, too. He came up to me and said,
Say, excuse me, partner. I've been riding alone for days. I reckon it's all right if I join you into Oregon, ain't it?
but he didn't talk like Jimmy Stewart. I turned to him and said,
What's your name, stranger?
Jimmy Stewart.
Must have been him, all right. All the Indians applauded. I invited Jimmy to join us, and he got off his horse. Well, he didn't exactly get off. He just straightened his legs, and the horse ran out from under. We talked for a while, and then I introduced him to my wife.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yes, Buck?
I'd like you to meet Kate.
Hi, Jimmy.
Wow. Kiss me, Kate.
What?
Come here, baby.
Hey, hold on there. Got her dropping script.
Wait a minute. I thought you were the shy, bashful type.
Now, that's in pictures. For the kind of dough I'm getting here, I'm letting myself go.
He was not a buck and a quarter man. It was good to have Jimmy along with us. He knew the country so well. I welcomed him, not as a follower, but as a leader.
Yeah? I took over. We were loaded with supplies for the settlers. We had a sack of flour. Kate carried that. A case of canned vegetables. Buck carried that. And one bag full of milk. The cow was carrying that. The only thing we were short of was fresh meat. So one day, Buck and I went hunting. Wait, quiet, Buck. Here, I hear something.
Let's take a look.
Okay. Hey, say it's a bear.
No, Jimmy. It's a buffalo.
I thought it was a bear. But I took his word for it. It was a buffalo. I couldn't argue with a man who's been pinching nickels all his life.
I'll get him. Found it and ran into the woods. Hey, wait a minute, Jimmy. We'll soon have meat.
Well, what do you see?
Quiet now. I'm taking aim at a raccoon.
Now, don't shoot. It might be keep-hopper.
Oh, yes. Come on, let's get on with the hunt.
Finally, we returned to the camp with plenty of game. This was due to our wonderful hunting dog. This dog wasn't a pointer. He was too well-mannered to point. He'd just nudge you and say, "Over there, stupid." We weren't in camp very long when all of a sudden...
Indians!
Hey, they're attacking!
Come on, let's see if we can pot them all.
It's no use. We might as well give up.
I ain't a-giving up. My name is Buck Benny, and I ain't afraid of man, beast, or grasshopper.
But I know these Indians. Look, two of them are coming up to powwow with us.
They sure look savage.
How, Indians?
How?
What tribe you Indians from?
Sioux tribe. Me, Big Chief Thunderstorm.
Oh. And who you?
Me, little white cloud that cried.
What?
Having faith in all kinds of weather.
We bound for Oregon. My name, Buck Benny.
Now, let me speak to them, Buck. I talk their language. Listen, you Indians.
Ugh.
Coela Monga, Shoshone Tabits, Iroquois Ook, Palebwo TP.
Vaja Nagula Munga, Diga Muga Muga. Og Nagula Iroquois Tanahouse Wigwam. Magohu Shoshone Onga Sagano Talena. Sagamore Squaw Tomik Gitchi Gumi. Oiga Nuga Magahoho.
What did he say?
He's running for president.
Now, Chief, we're not looking for trouble. We want peace.
Only way you can have 'em peace is make you join tribe.
You mean make us Indians?
Yeah.
We decided to be adopted by the tribe. And that night, after adoption ceremonies, we sat around the campfire with the other Indians and sang songs.
Like the Selnamo, Navajo, Kickapoo, like the Cherokee, I'm an Indian too. Just like Battle Axe, Jesse Block, Manny Sachs, like those Indians, I'm an Indian too.
a stew. Some Indian summer's day, here's what we'll do. Take some Indian made for riding Tippecanoe. I'll wear markers of a wampum feather hat. We'll go to proof you don't know your song.
The following day, we bid farewell to the Indians, and our wagon pushed on. We crossed the mountains and kept traveling.
We weren't sure of where we were until one day, while on a vast open plain, another wagon crashed into us.
It was then we knew we were in California. Happily, we continued northward.
Yep. Well, we'll soon reach the end of the trip. Then we can have all...
Someone's approaching on horseback.
All right, now be careful. Get your guns. Don't waste ammunition. Don't shoot till you see the whites of his eyes. Whoa! Whoa, teetotaler. Hi, old strangers. I'm Curly Hair.
No wonder we didn't see the whites of his eyes. Wait a minute, stranger. What can we do for you?
I want to buy your food. I'm working with a bunch of miners.
Gold miners?
Yep, and we struck it rich. We got tons of gold, but we need food to carry us through the winter. Our food ain't for sale. It's for the settlers in Oregon. But I'll pay you well. I'll give you 10 times what you paid for it. And in gold.
He's offering us gold, Jimmy. Gold. Let's sell.
Now, Buck, think what you're doing. With the gold, you'll starve to death. But with the food, you'll live. Live to see another spring with its flowers and soft breezes and balmy air scented with orange blossoms. Now, wouldn't you rather have all that than to die with the gold?
We waited 2 weeks while Buck thought it over.
I made up my mind, Jimmy. We're going to sell the food.
And I say we're not.
Who's going to stop me?
Me and my shooting iron.
Well, I've got a gun, too. Draw. Oh.
I hated to do it, Buck, but it was the only way.
Oh, that's all right, Jimmy. And I'll forgive you before I die.
Oh, now wait a minute, partner. Don't say die.
Huh?
We cowboys never die. We just go on to the big corral up yonder and gather around the heavenly campfire where the chuck wagons always fill, where the deer and the antelope play, and the wagon wheels sing a happy song, and the little dogies wander around among the purple sage. And there ain't no last roundup because the cowboys...
Get through already. This won't sound good on the Amos and Andy show. Oh. Goodbye, Jimmy. Goodbye, everybody.
So, Buck passed on. But I know that even though he's not with us, he's happier now than he ever was before because we buried him in the gold mine. So the wagon train pushed onwards. Ever onwards we pushed till we reached the settlement in Oregon at the bend of the river.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Jimmy Stewart for being on my program tonight, and be sure to hear him tomorrow night on the Lux Radio Theater when he will do No Highway in the Sky. Good night, folks.
With Barry Livingston, Solaris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go out to Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills, where we find Rochester working as usual.
I sure have a lot to do. Every day it's the same thing. Work, work, work. Work, work, work. Quiet, Polly. I wouldn't mind, but I never never seem to get finished. Got to do the dishes, oh, it's much against my wishes.
You're a slowpoke.
Got to do the shopping, Mr. Benny keeps me hopping.
You're a slowpoke.
There's a parrot here who constantly picks on me. He's gonna wind up in a frigazine.
Rochester, what are you doing to Polly?
Nothing, boss.
Oh, Rochester, bring me a screwdriver, will you, please?
Yes, sir. Here you are, boss.
Thank you. I just have to tighten this last screw, and I'll have the phonograph all fixed.
But, boss, this phonograph has been broken for months. Why are you so anxious to fix it?
Because Dennis Day sent over a record that he made especially for me to hear. Gee, I can't understand what's wrong with this phonograph. I tried to fix it once before.
Well, boss, maybe if I took this and
Oh, Rochester, now look what you've done. You knocked the horn off. And you tipped over the dog, too. Watch it, will you, kid?
I'm sorry, boss. Let's take another look at the motor and see what's wrong.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Here's a loose wire. I see where it's supposed to go. I'll just take it and put it in. Pull out the plug! Pull out the plug! Boy, what a shock I got. Yeah, I'll bet my hair is standing on end.
Should I go in your bedroom and see?
Don't be funny. There, the wire's fixed. Put in the plug and we'll play some other record before we put on Dennis's. What have we got in the album?
Let's see. I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, Dardanella, The Sheik of Araby, Keep the Home Fires Burning, Katie, and After the Ball is Over.
No, I don't want to spoil those. Play some of the older ones. Go ahead.
Boss, any record older than these are on cylinders.
Oh, well, put some of these on. I want to try it out.
Yes, sir. Shall I put in a new needle?
Oh, no, Rochester. See, the needle we have was guaranteed to play 1,000 records, and we only used it 873 times.
What a memory.
Memory nothing. Count the notches on the side of the phonograph. Now, let's turn it on. Come in. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. You told me you were going to take me to the baseball game, and I came over, and you're not even ready.
Well, I'll be ready in a minute.
Well, why are you fooling around with that phonograph?
Because Dennis sent me a record of the song he's going to sing on the program. I want to hear it, and this darn thing is broken again.
Oh, Jack, why don't you get rid of that old piece of junk and buy a new one?
Oh, Mary, this phonograph isn't so old.
Go on, Edison's fingerprints are still on it.
What?
And she means Edison, the boy.
Oh, stop. Now, look, Mary, if I want antiques in my house, that's my business.
You and your antiques. You ought to have your whole house done over.
Done over?
Yes. Did you watch television yesterday and see what they've done to the White House? How beautiful they've made it?
Yeah, I saw it. Gee, I thought that tour through the White House was very interesting. But there was one thing I couldn't get over.
What was that?
Well, there's a doctor's office right in the White House, and 24 hours a day, a doctor and his staff are always on duty.
Well, that's right, Jack. President Truman has his own personal doctor.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Wouldn't it be cheaper if he belonged to the Blue Cross?
You would think of that.
What?
I thought it was wonderful the way the entire nation was invited to the White House. And President Truman even played the piano.
What did he play, Miss Livingston?
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back.
He did not. Did he?
No, of course not.
Say, boss, I think I fixed the phonograph.
Good.
Well, come on, Jack. If we're going to the ball game, let's get started.
In a minute, I want to hear Dennis's record. Rochester, put Dennis's record on.
Yes, sir.
What song is it, Jack?
Well, Dennis made a special recording for me to hear. It's Irving Berlin's new song called For the Very First Time. Play it, Rochester. Say, Mary, that new Irving Berlin song was very good, and I never heard Dennis in better voice.
Well, I thought he was swell.
I thought I was wonderful.
Dennis, when did you get here?
While my record was on.
Well, why didn't you say something?
When Dennis Day sings, nobody interrupts, Junior.
Dennis, I was...
Just a second. Everybody wants to get into the act. How do you like that?
Dennis.
It's a catastrophe.
Now cut that out! And take off that putty nose. Now, Dennis, why did you send me a record if you were coming over here anyway?
I thought I wouldn't be able to come.
I got Durante on for nothing.
You see, I was supposed to go to Nevada on some secret government work.
You? That's why you didn't come here? I mean, you were going to Nevada for secret government work. What were you supposed to do?
Just stand still.
Why?
They were going to drop a bomb on me.
Dennis, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
Oh, you're just mad because they didn't ask you.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Jack, let's go or we'll be late for the ball game.
All right, come on. Oh, gosh, it's hot out today.
It certainly is.
I'll say. This morning, my uncle fried an egg on the sidewalk.
What? Dennis, you mean your uncle...
Mary, let it alone.
But, Jack, he said...
I know what he said. He said his uncle fried an egg on the sidewalk.
Yesterday, he fried an egg on the sidewalk, too.
Really?
Mary, I'm warning you.
The day before that, my uncle fried an egg on the sidewalk, too.
Well, it has been hot all week.
Yeah, so he fried eggs on the sidewalk.
My uncle hopes it rains tomorrow.
Why?
For a change, he'd like poached eggs.
Mary, I asked you.
I didn't ask.
Look, I asked them. Look, Dennis, Mary and I are going to the ball game. Do you want to go with us or not?
I'd like to, but I can't.
Good. Come on, Mary, let's go to the game.
Jack, who's playing today?
Los Angeles and Seattle. Let's see, we have seats 1 and 2, aisle 15. Where's aisle 15?
I don't know. Why don't you ask the usher?
No, I can't. I can find it. Come on.
Hot dogs, get your red hots here.
Mary, here's aisle 15, but I don't see our seats.
Jack, why don't you ask an usher?
I'm not going to ask anybody. I always get into arguments with ushers. Besides, wait a minute, there are our seats. It looks like somebody's sitting in them. You wait here. I'll go and ask them to leave.
Okay.
Excuse me, mister, but I think you're sitting in my...
Hey, Rube.
Oh, nice seeing you again.
Same here. Shake.
Sure.
Don't squeeze too hard. That's my milking hand.
No, I'm sorry. Did you come all the way from Calabasas just to see the ball game?
No, I had to come in on business from a farm.
Business?
Yep. Came in to buy a new incubator to hatch our chicks.
Incubator, huh?
Yep. I don't go for them newfangled things myself, but my wife insisted we get one.
You did?
And she said she was tired of taking the eggs to bed with us.
Oh.
Personally, I like it. You wake up in the morning feeling like a mother.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. Now, look, there seems to be some mix-up here. I think you're sitting in my seat.
No, well, I'm in the right seat.
But look at my ticket stubs.
Let's see. Seats 1 and 2, aisle 15. Wait a minute. This is the left aisle, 15. You want the right aisle.
Oh, yes, my mistake. Well, I better be getting along. The game will be just
Just a minute. I'd like to have you meet my wife.
Your wife?
Yeah. Honey, this is Jack Benny.
Well, how do you do?
Hello, handsome. I'm very happy to meet you.
Well, this is your wife?
Yep. Ain't as much of a hick as you thought I was.
I'll say you're not. Well, goodbye.
So long, Rube.
Jack, what happened?
They weren't our seats. This is the left side of the park. Ours are on the right side. Come on, let's hurry. The Seattle team is coming out on the field.
Put on your glasses. That's Don Wilson.
Oh, hello, Don.
Hello, Jack, Mary.
Hello, Don. Do you come to the games often?
Mary, I haven't missed a game this season. I love baseball.
He sure does, Mary. You know, Don used to play with Denver. That's before he went into radio.
That's right, Mary. I played baseball for 3 years.
What position?
I covered center field.
You ain't kidding. Don. Hey, Don, tell Mary about the time you won the game when you slid into home plate.
Oh, Jack, I'd rather not. I'm embarrassed.
I don't blame you. Tell me, did they ever find that catcher? What a mess that was. You know, I'll never forget. Hey, I think the game is going to start pretty soon.
Jack, what are they booing about?
Oh, the umpires are coming out on the field. People always do that.
Oh, by the way, Don, would you happen to know where right aisle 15 is?
Oh, I don't, Jack. Why don't you ask an usher?
Never mind. We'll find it ourselves.
Okay.
Come on, Mary.
Okay.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. The batteries for today's game. For Seattle, Kinsfather and Shams. For Los Angeles, Chandler and Lade.
You know, Mary, this should really be a great game.
Hot dogs. Here you are. Get your red hot here.
Say, Jack, before we sit down, how about getting some hot dogs?
Well.
Aw, come on, Jack. You only live once.
Gee, I never thought of it that way. Well, all right. Say, fellow.
Yeah?
How much are your hot dogs?
25 cents each.
25 cents each. How come they're so high?
Well, it's this way. Recently, the price of steel went up, so when the farmers buy a plow to raise corn, he has to pay more money for the plow. Then the cattle and hog breeders have to pay more money for the corn, which they use for feed. Then the meat packing houses have to pay more money for the meat. And this price raise is ultimately passed on to the consumer. The same thing holds true for the flour they use to make the rolls. So since the price of the rolls and the meat have both gone up, the price of hot dogs is 25 cents.
Oh.
I was prepared for you this year, Mr. Benny.
Look.
Last year you drove me nuts with your dickering.
Look, fella.
Hey, don't you never buy nothing without getting sealed bids?
Never mind that. Just give me 2 hot dogs.
Okay. What do you want on them?
Yeah, I don't know. What have you got on those?
Everything. I just dropped them.
Well, then give me 2 fresh ones.
Okay, here you are.
Thanks.
That'll be 50 cents.
Let me see. Have you got change for a $20 bill?
Yeah, I'm prepared for that one, too.
Never mind. Just give me my change.
Here you are. Hot dogs. Get your red hot here.
Come on, Mary. Let's find our seats.
Attention, please. There has been a change in the batteries for Seattle. Nagy will pitch instead of Kinsfather.
Just a minute, Mary. I think this is the aisle we want. No, we're 15 and this is 24.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Jack, why don't you...
Well, hiya, Livy.
Oh, hello, Phil.
Taking the old man to the ball game, eh? Hiya, Rube. Hey, Livy, ain't you a little early for Father's Day?
Phil, you can stop with those cracks about my age already. You're not exactly a Boy Scout yourself.
Well, look, Jackson, at least I don't lie about my age. I say I'm 36, I'm 36.
A likely story.
Well, if you don't believe me, look at my union card. It says I'm 36.
Phil, I wouldn't believe your union card.
Why not?
It also says you're a musician. Come on, Mary, let's find our seat.
Would you like to sit with us, Phil?
No, Livy, I can't. See, I'm here with some of my boys. I got Kimmick, Remley, and Bagby.
Oh.
Hey, Jackson.
What?
Ain't that a shame about Sammy, my drummer?
Yeah. When will he be out?
Out? You mean he's in again?
Yeah, Livy, but it wasn't his fault this time. He just happened to step into a clothing store to buy a new suit.
Uh-huh.
Sammy tried on a snappy gray number and liked the way it fit him. The trouble started when he stepped outside to see how the suit looked in the sunlight.
Why should that start trouble?
Well, it was cloudy here, so he took the suit to Palm Springs.
You see, Mary, it wasn't Sammy's fault.
Yeah, it could happen to anybody. Anyway, Jackson, we'll have to do without him for a while.
Well, frankly, Phil, I can't say...
Ladies and gentlemen, the first game of today's doubleheader will be 9 innings. The second game will be 7 innings.
Come on, Jack. We better find our seat. The game's about to begin.
Okay, see you later, Phil.
Hey, wait a minute, Jackson. How about a small bet on the game?
A bet?
Yeah, I'll take Seattle for $100.
$100? Phil, that's too much to bet on anything. You wouldn't really bet that much, would you?
Sure I would. Why, once 5 years ago, I bet $1,000 that Alice had more money than Bing Crosby.
Gosh, did you win?
I don't know. They're both still counting.
Oh. Well, never mind the bet, Phil. See you later.
So long, Phil.
So long, kid.
Come on, Mary. Wait a minute. Here's our aisle. No, that's 35. We must be going in the wrong direction.
Well, this is absolutely ridiculous. If you're not going to ask an usher, I am.
Look, Mary, they always have some smart aleck guys here who always...
I don't care. I'm going to ask him anyway. Oh, usher.
Yes, miss?
Here are our stubs. Can you tell us where our seats are?
I'm awfully sorry, miss. This is my first day here, and I don't really know my way around yet.
Oh.
But that's the head usher right over there. I'm sure he can help you.
Gee, I guess they must have changed all the ushers since last year. They're so much nicer now. I'll go over and ask the head usher. Pardon me, are you the head usher? I knew it. Come on, Mary, let's get out of here.
Jack, don't be a coward. Ask him.
Okay. Look, usher, can you tell me where my seat is?
Right behind you, isn't everybody?
That does it. Come on, Mary. I don't want to get into any more trouble with Usher.
Well, Jack, it's your own fault. Maybe you antagonize him.
I do not.
You do, too.
You keep out of it. Okay. Mary, here are 2 empty seats right here. Let's sit down.
The first batter for Seattle is Pavlik.
Say, Jack.
Quiet, Mary. Here comes the first pitch.
Right.
Boy, he really grooved that one in. You know, Mary, in this league, he's one of the best.
Jack, why is the catcher holding the ball? Why doesn't he throw it back?
I don't know. Everybody seems to be looking out.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is called momentarily. There's a man frying eggs on third base.
How do you like that? That must be Dennis's uncle.
Yeah.
Play ball.
Gee, that pitcher's got a great windup. Where did it go? Where did it go?
Jack, look out! Look out! Here it comes!
Where? Where? Ooh.
Jack, are you hurt?
Ooh.
Usher, get some water, please.
You get the water. I'll stay here and slap his face.
Jack, get up, Jack. I'll take you home.
Oh.
Oh, mister, would you help me carry him out, please?
Well, sure, lady. I'll help you.
Oh. Carry me past the box office. I want to get my money back. Hurry.
Boy,
I'm in the den, Rochester, listening to the ball game on the radio. I didn't get to see it.
Oh, well, I thought maybe...
Quiet.
Baker is up to bat. The pitcher winds up. Delivers. It's a long, long fly going towards left field. Looks like a home run. Yes, it's going over the fence. It's still going.
Boss, speak to me. Say something.
Good night, folks.
Jack Benny with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's house cleaning time, and because of the size of Jack Benny's residence, Rochester has asked his friend Roy to come over and help him with the work.
There, this rug is cleaned.
And I've finished dusting the furniture. Come on, let's start on the next room.
Okay, Rochester.
Gosh, Roy, I've got to tell you again, it sure is swell of you to come over here and help me.
That's all right, Rochester. That's what friends are for, to do favors for each other.
I guess you're right. That's how it is with the people on Mr. Benny's radio show. Don Wilson does favors for Dennis Day. Dennis Day does favors for Phil Harris. And last week, Mr. Benny gave Miss Livingston a blood transfusion.
Mr. Benny gave her a blood transfusion? Was Miss Livingston sick?
No, it was her birthday, and he felt he had to give her something.
Rochester, with all these stories I hear about Mr. Benny, I'm curious. Just how much money does he pay you?
Well...
Come on, Rochester. How much salary do you get?
Roy, you're unemployed, and I'm even ashamed to tell you.
Oh, then what I heard about Mr. Benny being somewhat on the tight side is true.
Well, no, not exactly. You can't call a man tight just because he likes to save his money.
I don't understand your figuring, Rochester. If Mr. Benny isn't cheap, then why does he want to save so much money?
He says money is healthy.
Money? Healthy?
Yeah, it's green. It's got chlorophyll.
Amazing.
Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss.
Where's my shoe brush?
Right next to your shoes.
Oh, thanks.
Say, Rochester, if you help me move the piano, I could dust behind it.
All right, but first put Mr. Benny's violin up on the shelf.
Okay. Now, come on, help me move the piano.
Oh, some of the music fell off.
It's all right, Rochester. I'll pick it up. That's funny. I never heard of this song before.
Oh, that's the one Mr. Benny wrote.
Mr. Benny wrote a song? Let's see this. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll... Oh, no.
Now, wait a minute, Roy. Don't let that song fool you. It's liable to be a hit.
What makes you say that?
Mr. Benny's getting a big singer to introduce it. Johnny Ray.
He really wants to make that boy cry, don't he?
I guess so.
Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss.
Where's my hairbrush?
Right next to your hair.
Oh, thanks.
Roy, put the music over on the table.
Okay. Say, that's a nice picture of Mr. Benny. Where was it taken?
In France. 2 years ago, Mr. Benny vacationed at the beach on the Riviera.
He sure looks good. But I think those French bathing suits look better on women.
But he'll try anything once.
Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss.
Where's my toothbrush, and don't be funny.
Well...
Never mind, I found it.
Say, Rochester, this is the best picture I ever saw of Mr. Benny. How old is he anyway?
39.
Oh, come on. We're friends. You can tell me. How old is he?
39. That's his real age. The other day I saw it on his driver's license.
Really?
Of course, it was a license to drive a stagecoach. Now, Roy, I'm going to take this trash out the incinerator. Will you finish the dusting?
Okay. Doggone, Mr. Bennett sure has a nice house here. And the furniture is... Hello? What? Well, I'm sorry, madam. You must have the wrong number. Well, I better finish the dusting. Hey, what are all these packages doing packed there in the corner? Gosh, they're laundry bundles to be delivered. Say, she didn't have the wrong number. She'll probably call back and... Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Roy. Where's Rochester?
He went out to the incinerator to burn some things.
Oh.
Would you like me to get you some breakfast, Mr. Benny?
No, I better wait for Rochester to do it. He knows how I like my eggs.
Oh, well, how do you like your eggs?
I don't know. He knows. Anyway, I'm not very...
Oh, good morning, boss. I was just burning some trash.
You didn't burn my copy of Esquire, did you?
Oh, no, boss.
Good. Say, did Dennis Day call me?
No, why?
Well, I told him I wanted to come over this morning. I want to hear his song.
Well, he usually comes in the afternoon.
Well, I won't be here this afternoon. I'm taking the Beverly Hills Beavers to the zoo. I better call Dennis. Come in.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, Dennis, I was just phoning you at your house.
Oh, well, hold on. I'll run home and answer it.
Dennis, come back here.
I thought you wanted to talk to me on the phone.
I just want to talk to you, that's all. Come here. Now, Dennis, I told you to get here early today because I'm going to be out this afternoon. Where were you all morning?
Oh, I was taking a magic lesson.
Another lesson? Dennis, why are you studying magic?
I want to amaze people.
Believe me, you do.
You know, Mr. Benny, today I learned a wonderful trick. Maybe I can do it on your next television show, huh?
A trick? Dennis, look at all
You know the famous trick where you take 20 sewing needles and swallow them, and then you take a piece of thread and swallow it, and then all the needles come up threaded?
You did that trick?
Uh-huh.
And it worked all right?
I don't know yet. They're going to operate on me tomorrow.
Dennis, I don't want to hear any more about your magic lessons. I promised to take the Beavers to the zoo today, so let me hear the song you're going to do on the show.
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
Those needles are keeping me in stitches.
Now cut that out! And sing your song. Now, you better run along, because I got to have something to eat and then take the Beavers to the Griffith Park Zoo. Would you like to go with us?
No, I don't like to go to the zoo. It's fattening.
The zoo is fattening? What do you mean?
The monkeys keep throwing me peanuts.
Well, you don't have to eat them. Dennis, run along, will you?
Okay.
Come in. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mary. Are you going to go to the zoo with Mr. Benny?
Yes, are you?
No, I'm overweight now. Goodbye.
Say, Jack, how soon are we going to leave?
Wait a minute, Mary. Did you hear what Dennis just said?
Yes, when I asked him if he was going to the zoo, he said no, he was overweight. Now, Jack, when are we going to leave?
Wait a minute. Just 1 minute. Don't you want to know what he meant?
I know what he meant.
What?
To him, the zoo is fattening because when he goes there, the monkeys throw peanuts at him.
Well, how did you know?
I've seen them do it.
Well, how do you like that? I thought he made the whole thing up.
Say, Jack, how soon are we going?
As soon as the Beavers get here.
Well, as long as we have a few minutes, I've got something I'd like to read to you.
What is it?
A letter from my mother.
A letter from your mother. Another one, huh? Go ahead, Mary. Read it.
Okay.
Well, so long, Roy, and thanks for the help.
You're welcome, Rochester.
Oh, excuse me a minute, Mary. Roy, thanks very much for helping Rochester.
I was glad to do it, Mr. Benny.
Now, wait a minute. Here's a $5 bill for you.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Benny, but I couldn't take $5.
Well, here's $3.
No, I couldn't take that much.
Well, then here, at least take $1.
Well...
Take 50 cents.
I was going to take the $1.
Oh, well, here you are.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right, Mary, read me your mother's letter.
Okay. My darling daughter, Mary. Just a note to let you know that we are all well. Well, Mary, at last... Well, Mary, at last I have some good news for you. We're finally getting rid of your Aunt Emily.
Well, it's about time. She's been living with your family as long as I can remember.
For the past 2 years, your Aunt Emily's been going with the local undertaker. And next Sunday, they're getting married. I'm glad when they get a home of their own. I'm tired of them coming in here every night with those second-hand flowers.
God.
Right now, she's wearing a ribbon in her hair that says, "Rest in peace."
Your mother.
But even though he's an undertaker, he's very progressive, and he's the only one in town with a convertible hearse.
A convertible hearse?
His slogan is, "Get a little brown before they lower you down."
No.
No other news.
Hey, your mother's a humdinger today.
No other news, so we'll close with love, Mama.
Say, Mary, when you answer your I'll get a Rochester. That must be the Beavers. Excuse me, Mary. Well, Joey, Stevie, boy, come on in.
Ah, gee, Mr. Benny. When Beavers meet their leader, no one is supposed to talk until after the official greeting.
Oh, my goodness, I forgot. I'll close the door and we'll do it over again. Come in.
Eye to eye, heart to heart, fellow Beavers never part. Through thick and thin, and rain or shine, we'll never doubt you're 39. And should we ever quarrel, as sometimes people do, when you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
Ah, gee, thanks, fellow Beavers. That's wonderful.
I think it's corny.
Come on in, kids.
Are you ready to take us to the zoo, Mr. Benny?
Yes, as soon as I get my hat and coat. Come on in.
Hello, Beavers.
Hello, Miss Livingston. Are you going to the zoo with us?
Well, yes, boys, I am.
Good, good.
Okay. Come on, kids. We're off to the zoo. We'll see lions and elephants.
Will we see any tigers?
Tigers? I'll say we will. Come on, let's go. Well, kids, here we are at the zoo, and we'll have a lot of fun. Oh, boy, what a big mouth on that one.
Say, Miss Livingston.
What is it, Joey?
We think it's awful nice of Mr. Benny to bring us here and show us all the animals he captured while he was in Africa.
Captured while he was...
Come on, kids, let's go.
Wait a minute. Jack, did you tell...
Mary, never mind.
Peanuts. Get your peanuts here to feed the animals.
Oh, boys, would you like me to get you some peanuts?
Yeah, sure. Oh, boy.
Okay. Oh, mister.
Yeah, lady?
3 bags of peanuts, please.
Here you are. That's 30 cents.
30 cents?
Yeah, 10 cents a bag.
Well, gee, it seems to me that a nickel a bag would be plenty.
I'm sorry, lady, but it's 10 cents a bag.
Well, how about making it 3 for a quarter?
Yeah.
Holy smoke.
Mary, what are you laughing at?
You gave me 1 pint of your blood, and already it's affected me.
Well, what's so terrible about that?
This morning I stopped payment on my mother's check.
Well, Mary, you better call the bank and get it fixed up.
Lady, do you want the peanuts or not?
Of course I want them. Here's 50 cents. Keep the change.
Gee. Come on, kids.
Hey, Mr. Benny, what kind of an animal is that pacing up and down in that cage?
Which one?
The one with that spot on it.
Oh, that's a leopard.
A leopard? Is that the kind of skin you wore when you played the part of Tarzan in the movie?
Well...
Jack, did you tell these kids you played the part of Tarzan?
He probably didn't tell you, Miss Livingston, because he's so modest.
Yes.
Mr. Benny, lift your chest and give the Tarzan yell.
The Tarzan yell? Oh, not in front of all these people.
Go on, Tarzan, give the yell.
Mary, don't be silly.
You give that yell, or I'll tell all these kids the truth.
Oh, all right. What's the matter, buddy? You got a peanut stuck in your throat? Mary, let's get away from here.
You and your big mouth.
Never mind. Come on, kid.
Hey, Jackson.
Hello, Phil.
Hello, Phil.
Hiya, Livy.
Hey, what are you doing down here at the zoo?
Strictly business, Jackson. You know I'm losing Bridwell, my clarinet player.
Well, what's losing your clarinet player got to do with your coming down to the zoo?
They got a trained seal here that blows the horn, and I came down to audition him.
Phil, are you serious? You're going to replace Bridwell with a seal?
Pretty good idea, ain't it?
Well, from an appearance standpoint, I think it's an improvement. But musically, I don't know.
You said the same thing about Fletch, my trombone player. But when I put shoes on him and shaved him all the way down to the waist, nobody ever guessed I got him from Clyde Beatty.
I didn't even know it myself until I saw him turn the music with his feet. Anyway, Phil, I'm glad you're going to hire that seal.
You are?
Yeah, it'll be a novelty having one member in your orchestra that likes water. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Benny?
Over here, kid.
Hey, Mr. Benny, it's getting late. We want to see the rest of the animals.
Oh, in a minute. Come over and say hello to Mr. Harris.
Hello, Mr. Harris. Hello.
Hiya, kid.
Are you Phil Harris?
Yeah, that's me.
Gee, are you the guy that's married to that blonde bombshell?
Good.
That's all right, Jackson. Alice will get a kick out of it when I tell her someone called her a blonde bombshell. What's your name, Sonny?
Just tell her it's the kid that keeps calling her up.
Keeps calling her up. Look, Buster, you break up my home and I'll strangle you with a lock of my own hair.
All right, Phil. Come on, kid. See you later, Phil.
So long, Jackson. I'm going over to see the elephants again.
Again? Why all the interest, Phil? Haven't you ever seen elephants before?
Not gray ones.
Oh, yes. Well, so long, Phil.
So long, Jackson.
Oh, look. They're feeding the lions and tigers. Yeah. Gosh, I wouldn't want to tangle with a tiger. Well, I wouldn't want to get too close to a lion. A tiger is much tougher than a lion.
Oh, yeah? Boys, don't argue about it.
Yes, kids, we can get this settled right now. Here comes the animal trainer. I'll ask him. Say, mister, I'm sorry to bother you, but between the lion and the tiger, which one is the more ferocious?
I don't know.
Well, isn't the lion called the king of beasts?
I don't know.
Well, isn't it true that the lion is stronger, but the tiger is more cunning?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't know anything, why are you carrying that whip and a chair?
Did you ever see my wife?
Let's go, kids.
Mr. Benny, which one do you say was the most ferocious?
His wife. Let's go and look at the other animal. Oh, shut up.
Hey, Mr. Benny, you're not afraid of that lion, are you?
Of course not. If he roars again, I'll go in that cage and slap his silly face. Now, come on, kids, and you better button up your coats. It's getting breezy.
Yeah, here, Butch, let me help you with your coat.
Wait a minute. The wind blew my hat off. Hey, Joey, look where your hat went. It blew into the lion's cage.
Let's go, Mary.
I want my hat.
We'll get you a new one.
I don't want a new one. I want that one. I want my hat. Hey, Joey, Benny will go in there and slap his silly face.
That's right. Go on in, Tarzan, and get his hat.
Well. All right, Mary, if you want me to, I will. I'll go in that cage and get his hat. Stand aside. Stop snarling at me and get your dirty paw off that hat. Get it off, I said. That's better. Here's your hat, Joey.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Benny. Gosh, golly.
Well, Mary, you didn't think I'd go into that lion's cage, did you? Did you?
Jack,
What?
I dare you to do it on television.
Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, just recently, Jack Benny received one of the Sylvania Pioneer Awards for his contribution to the history of radio. So tonight, in keeping with this honor, I feel that I should give Jack a dignified introduction.
Well, thank you, Don.
It's times like these I wish I were a poet.
What a beautiful thought, Don. I can just imagine you a poet. Henry Wadsworth Fatfellow. Well, don't let me interrupt you. Go on, then.
Yes, folks, if I had the gift of poetry with which to describe our scintillating star,
I'll get it, Don. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, you certainly picked a fine time to call. Why aren't you listening to the program?
That's why I called, boss. There's something wrong with our radio.
Oh, well, maybe there's a break in the electric cord.
I thought of that, boss, so I traced it. I started at the radio, went around the baseboard, up the wall, out the window, across the driveway, through the hedge, and right to the plug on Mr. Coleman's back porch.
Well, Rochester, I hope nobody saw you.
Well, just as I reached the porch, Mrs. Coleman came out. So I ducked behind the hedge and meowed like a cat.
Did you fool her?
I think so. She left 2 saucers of milk.
2?
Yeah, one of them had a note on it. This one's for Mr. Benny.
Good, I'll have it when I get home.
I don't know what to do. I hate to miss your program.
Well, I've got an idea, Rochester. I'll leave the receiver off the hook, and you'll be able to hear the whole show over the telephone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Don, let's get on with the program.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, even though I'm not a poet, today I'd like to introduce our star with a little poem.
A poem?
Yes, to Jack Benny. I love my boss, but he's so cheap, he only spends a slow buck.
What a line, slow buck.
His suits are from Montgomery Ward, his hair from Sears and Roebuck. And here he is, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking. Hair from Sears Roebuck. As a matter of fact, Don, I have a poem about you, too.
Oh, about me?
Yeah. I don't know too much about poetry, but here's one I stole from Johnny Ray. This is to you, Don. When your boss writes you a letter of goodbye, you'll feel better if you let your stomach down and cry. Remember that.
Hey, Jackson, if you really want to get...
Wait a minute, Phil, wait a minute. I want to see what Rochester thought of that joke. Hello? 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 Rochester, hello?
Hello?
Rochester, I just told a joke. Where were you?
I had to answer the door. The mailman was just here, and he delivered a package.
A package? Who from?
Sears Roebuck, you can be a blonde again.
Oh, good. That's the one that makes me look like Nelson Eddy. Keep listening to the show, Rochester. Now, Phil, what were you talking about?
Well, I was just going to say, Jackson, how about doing something different on the show tonight? Something entertaining, like getting Livy and me to sing a song together.
Hey, that sounds like a pretty good idea. You'll sing with Phil, won't you, Mary?
No, thanks. I sang with Phil before. No matter what song he sings, it always comes out. That's what I like about the South.
All right, Livy, you don't have to sing with me. I just thought that you and I'd make a nice trio.
Trio? You and Mary would make a nice trio?
Yeah.
Look, Phil, let me explain something to you. 1 is a solo, 2 is a duet. Now, if you add a third person, you've got a trio.
Oh.
And if you add a fourth person, you have a quartet.
Uh-huh.
Now, Phil, if you had 4 people and you found a fifth, what would you have?
Throw me that lead again, will you, Buster?
All right, if you had 4 people and found a fifth, what would you have?
A quintet. Fooled you that time, didn't I?
Why, Phil, that's right. You're right. If you had a fifth, you'd have a quintet.
Yeah, but they'd all be loaded.
I knew it couldn't laugh. What are you laughing at, Mary?
Did you see the way his arranger has to write the music so Phil can read it?
No, how?
An eighth note is a diamond, a quarter note is a heart, a half note a club, and a whole note a spade.
Phil, you have your music written out in diamonds, hearts, clubs, and spades?
Certainly.
Well, how do you read it?
Simple. Here, I'll show you. Now, look at this sheet of music. See?
Well, that makes no sense at all to me.
Sure it does, Jackson. Take this bar, for instance. You see these notes right here, one right after the other?
Oh, you mean the scale?
Scale, what's that?
Phil, if you want to play your music according to Hoyle, that's all right with me. But right now we have to have a song. Oh, Dennis! Dennis, what are you yawning about?
I didn't get any sleep last night. My mother and father had a big argument.
An argument?
Yeah, it was all about you. My mother said you were a jerk. And then my father got up and said you were a great guy and a fine example of a man.
Your father said that?
May he rest in peace.
Now, stop being silly. Your father's sitting right out here in the audience.
Yeah, doesn't he look awful?
Cut that out.
Dennis, why does your mother dislike Jack so much?
Well, she used to go with Mr. Benny before she met my father.
Oh, she did not.
She says she did.
Maybe. What was your mother's name before she married your father?
I didn't know her then.
Of course you didn't. Now, come on, kid. Let's have your song.
Okay.
That was Somebody Bigger Than You and Me, sung by Dennis Day. Or you and I, rather. I got to stay away from Phil. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction tonight...
Wait a minute, Jack. Are we going to do a sketch tonight?
Yes, Mary. A couple of weeks ago, I saw that Universal International picture, Ma and Pa Kettle at the fair. And it gave me an idea. So I went home and wrote a play about life on a farm. Now, I play the young husband, and Mary, you're my wife. See, we're newlyweds and have just bought a farm. We have some neighbors that are very much like Ma and Pa Kettle. And also...
just a minute, Jack. Is there a part in it for me?
Well, Don, the scene takes place on a farm, so you can play the part of our horse.
Oh, Jack, every time you do a farm sketch, I play the part of a horse. I want to do something else.
Well, what would you like to be, Don?
A canary.
Don, you a canary?
Beep, 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 beep.
Well, that's not so bad. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction tonight, we will present a rustic play entitled Down on the Farm. Set the scene, Don.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our play, Down on the Farm, an epic of rural life. As the scene opens, we find the newlyweds, Sylvia and Danny Klingenpeel, driving out to their new home.
Gee, Sylvia, I hope you like the new farmhouse I bought.
Oh, I know I will, Mr. Klingenpeel.
You can call me Danny. We've been married a week now. Well, here we are. Look, darling, there's our new home. And there's the man from the real estate office. Oh, Mister.
How do you do?
A stranger. I'm the new owner of this house.
This house looks like there's been a lot of work done on it recently.
Yes, we completely remodeled it from the basement to the ceiling.
Good, good. Will you show us through the house?
Yes, but don't expect me to play the piano.
Let's go inside. Come on, honey.
All right.
I'm talking to my wife.
Oh, I thought everybody liked me.
Look, we want to see the house. Will you take us through, please?
Follow me. This is the living room.
Uh-huh.
This is the dining room.
Uh-huh.
This is the breakfast room. And this is the guest room.
Guest room?
How do you do?
How do you do? What was that?
He's been a guest here through 5 owners.
5 owners?
Yes, he spent half the time in escrow.
Oh.
Mister, I'd like to see the kitchen.
Right through this door. There, isn't it a beauty?
Well, I don't know. The stove looks very old and awfully dirty.
Oh, Sylvia, that's just a little dust. I'll blow it off.
Mister, have you tried Sen-Sen?
Never mind.
Well, it's getting kind of late. I better go.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Nelson.
Goodbye.
Well, darling, here we are in our own little home.
We better start getting to sleep. On a farm,
You have to get up at 4 in the morning.
You're right, sweetheart. Good night.
Good night. Darling. Darling. Darling, you're snoring.
No, that's the rooster. It's morning.
Oh. Well, you hurry and get breakfast ready. I'll go out and milk the cows. Good thing I slept in my clothes. My, it's pitch dark this early in the morning. Now, where's the milking pail? Ah, here it is. Easy, bossy, easy. That's a good girl, bossy. Easy, bossy, easy. See, I can't seem to find... Uh-oh, wrong end. Oh, here we are. That cow looks like a rooster. Now, bossy, hold still while I fix the pail and stool. There. That's a good cow. Oh, la, 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 la. Oh, la, 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 la. La, la, la. Oh, la, 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 la. Better change.
Oh, Danny, are you through milking?
I'm not, but I think the cow is. Hey, Sylvia, what are you holding?
Look, I just found it. It's a black kitten with a white stripe down its back.
Well, shucks, if that isn't the cutest little... Kitty, have you tried Sen-Sen? Now, Sylvia, don't stand around. We got to feed the animals.
Okay. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, look, Danny, isn't it cute the way our canary follows us around?
Yeah. Now, shoo, canary, shoo. We got to feed the chickens. Here, chick, 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 chick. Come on, chick, chick. Here's some corn for you.
Danny, look at the hen sitting on the nest.
Where? Oh, yeah.
If that's all, folks.
Gee, now we've got breakfast. Well, I better get some oats for the horse, hay for the cow, and, What happened?
Our canary stepped on the horse and killed it.
Mary, that line is our canary stepped on the pig and killed it. It's amazing. It has an imitation of a pig. Mary says it stands on the cow and kills it. Well, he can't help it. He looks like everybody. Take that line, our canary stepped on it.
Right. Our canary stepped on the pig and killed it.
Gee, that's too bad. Sylvia, maybe the canary is hungry.
He can't be. A little while ago, I gave him a side of beef.
Give him the other side. Now, let's get on with the... Oh, look, here comes someone. Hello?
Howdy, neighbors, howdy. Pete Harris is my name. I live right over the hill.
Well, do you have a farm over there?
Yep, I raise a little of this, a little of that. Mostly corn.
For your pigs?
No, from a still.
Oh, you have a still?
Yep, it'll make 20 gallons a day.
20 gallons a day? Well, that isn't much.
Ain't bad. My old lady don't drink.
We just moved in here, Zeke. How long have you been living around this section?
Well, now, let me see. I moved here in 1918, and this is 1952. That's 20 years.
Wait a minute, Zeke. From 1918 to now is 34 years you've lived here.
Well, we don't count the 14 years of Prohibition as living.
Oh, you got any children?
Yep, I got 2 boys. We ain't seen them since they run away with the circus 10 years ago. Sure missed the ball.
Oh, it's a shame both of them left. Maybe one of them will come back.
Nope, ain't likely. They're Siamese twins.
Oh, twins, eh?
Yep, they're pretty attached to each other. Oh, Zeke, you may not have a cow, but you sure milked that one.
Hiya, neighbors. Howdy, Zeke. Good to see you all.
Well, hello,
Ma Kettle is the name. Live right down the road.
Which house?
No house, just down the road.
No house?
Yep, she's married to Paul Kettle, the laziest man in the state.
Yep, you just can't make him move. One day he sat on an acorn. 20 years later, we had to get him down out of the tree.
No kidding.
Well, what do you know? Here comes Paul Kettle now, the lazy critter. Name is Dennis, but folks call him Paul.
Howdy, Paul.
Oh, hi, Zeke. Hi, folks. Ma, put your arms around me and squeeze me. I feel like exhaling. Oh, there. That feels better. Any place to lie down around here?
Oh, Paul, stand up for a while.
Oh, by the way, what are you folks figuring on raising here?
Chickens.
I wouldn't try it if I were you. Tried to raise some myself a few years ago. Never had any luck.
What happened?
Bought 10 hens. They laid a lot of eggs, but none of them never did hatch.
How many roosters did you have?
Oh, rooster. Well, I guess I better be going along now. Gotta go home and help my pig write a letter.
Your pig writes letters?
Oh, I just give him the paper. He already has the pen and ink.
kettle. You may be a hick, but
Why don't you finish?
too lazy.
Well, look, my wife and I are just going in to have breakfast. Why don't you folks come in and join us?
Well, that's okay with me. Oh, me too. Pick me up, Ma.
Well, come on, let's all go in and eat.
Come on in, folks. Breakfast is on me.
On you?
Yes, we haven't got a table. Oh, Sylvia, you've only been on the farm one day. You've got corn all over you.
Come on, everybody, let's eat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 36th program of our present series. And next week we will... Oh, my goodness, Rochester's still on the phone. I wonder how he liked the show. Oh, Rochester! Rochester, how'd you like the program?
Well,
Well, how'd you like it?
boss, in the sketch, what did that chicken do?
She laid an egg.
Need I say more?
Good night, folks.
Starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, once again we take you out to Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills.
Mr. Benny sure is taking a lot of violin lessons lately. He's going to play a solo when he opens at the Palladium in London next month. I guess this is our revenge for all the English pictures we see on television. Hello, Mr. Benny's residence. On stage, screen, radio, television, and any other profitable enterprise. Yes, Mr. Benny's here, but I can't disturb him now. He's in the next room taking a violin lesson. Yes, sir, I'll give him the message. Goodbye. I wonder why I hear music and it's out of tune. I'm so glad I'm in the other room.
Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
Rochester, Professor LeBlanc, my violin teacher, is thirsty, and he'd like something to drink before we continue the lesson.
Certainly. What would you like, Professor?
It's just some water, and please bring it in a paper cup. Why not a glass? I do not want to be tempted to break it and cut my wrist. Get him the water, Rochester. By the way, didn't I hear the phone ring a minute ago?
It was the man from the Travel Bureau calling about your reservation on the Queen Elizabeth. He'd like to know if you want to sail first class or second class.
Well, how did I go last time?
I wrapped you up and you went as a bundle from Britain.
From Britain?
For Britain.
Never mind. I'll call the Travel Bureau myself, Roger.
Okay.
And now, Mr. Benny, please to play the exercises again. So, Professor LeBlanc, I've been playing the exercises so much. Can I play something else? Mr. Benny, I am only a French violin teacher. I do not know your language too well, but this much I do know. May you play something else? Yes. Can you play something else? No.
Here you are, Professor.
Thank you.
Say, boss, your captain's in the next room waiting for you.
Oh, are they all here?
All except Mr. Harris.
Well, I better go in and talk to them. Will you excuse me a few minutes, Professor? Gladly. Rochester, make the professor comfortable while I'm gone. Get him some more water if he wants it.
Hello, Jack.
Hi, Jack. Oh, hello, kid. Hey, where's Dennis?
He stepped in the next room to use the phone. He wants to find out about his passport.
What passport? Well, Dennis is going to England with me. He's appearing in my act at the Palladium in London.
Oh. Say, Jack, how come you've never taken me to England?
Well, it's a matter of transportation expenses, Don.
Transportation?
Yes, I've checked, and it would be cheaper to bring England over here to you. Anyway, ever since I told Dennis he's going to London with me, he's been driving me nuts trying to talk like an Englishman. That kid doesn't know when. Come in.
Hiya, gang. Hello, Lizzie.
Hello, Phil.
Hello, Phil. Hey,
Hello,
Jackson,
Phil.
I hope you don't mind. I brought Remley with me.
Oh, not at all, Phil. Just put him down there on the couch. He'll be all right.
Hey, what'd you call us over here for, Jackson?
Well, Phil, you see, Oh, hello, kid.
Anyone for dinner?
Look, Dennis.
Oh, I say, old thing, lovely weather we're having, eh? What, eh?
Hey, what's with him?
Cheerio, Philip. Care to join me in a spot of tea?
Better get the syrup, Livy. The boys flipped these stacks.
Dennis, why don't...
Let's not tarry too long. I'm taking natives to the cricket matches. Sit.
Now, cut that out!
Yes, sir.
Jack, you still haven't told us. Why did you ask us to come over here?
Well, you see, it's getting close to the end of school, and the Beverly Hills Beavers asked me if we could come over to their auditorium and put on a little entertainment. So I thought it would be nice if... Dennis, what are you doing with the phone?
I'm calling the police. There's a dead body here.
That's Remley! Phil?
Yeah?
You better feel Frankie's pulse. Maybe Dennis is right.
Nah, he's okay.
What do you mean, okay? Look at Remley's face. I never saw such a color. It looks plaid.
That's right. I had him painted.
Painted?
If I got to go around carrying him over my arm, I want people to think he's an overcoat.
Well, then hang him in the hall. Don't throw him on the couch. Mary, what are you laughing at?
Oh, what an orchestra Phil has. A piano player who wears gloves so he won't leave fingerprints. An electric guitar that makes ice cubes. And a drummer whose bald head lights up and says, I like ice.
You're not kidding, Mary. Now, kids, I told you, I promised the Beavers we would help them put on a show in their school auditorium. We'll give them some music. And, some songs.
Oh,
and...
Jack, will you let me sing for the kids?
You? Why, Don, you're not known as a singer. You're an announcer.
But, Jack, I have a very good voice. Listen. Some enchanted evening,
Don.
You may see a stranger.
Don.
You may see a stranger across a crowded room.
Don. Taxio Pinza. We don't need that. We'll have Dennis sing a song. Dennis, would you like to sing a song for the Beavers when we get to the auditorium?
Oh, rather.
Oh, stop!
Jack, what will the rest of us do over there?
Hey, wait a minute. I got a great idea. Why don't we put on a play about a story I read last night?
What story is that?
Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Phil, you read Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
Yeah, it's got a lot of suspense in it. You see this little old blonde dame who goes through the woods with a basket full of devo.
Look, we know what it's about. Phil, we know what it's about, but Phil, don't you think reading Goldilocks and the Three Bears is a sign of juvenility?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Why not?
Because I can't pronounce it.
Can't pronounce it. Phil, I don't know how you get by with such a limited vocabulary. All you know are one-syllable words.
Jack, he hasn't done so bad with one-syllable words.
What do you mean?
12 years ago, he said, I do, and got Alice and half of Encino.
Now, just a second, Libby. People are always inferring that I owe my success to Alice, and it ain't true. I started years ago. I formed an orchestra. I worked hard with them. They were loyal, talented, hard-working boys. And it hurts me when anybody...
Phil.
What?
Your overcoat fell off the couch.
Yeah, put them back on.
Okay.
Answer that, will you, Don?
Oh, sure, Jack. Hello? Yes, she's here. Hold a while. I'll call her. Mary, it's for you.
Oh, thanks, Don. Hello? No, this isn't our last show. Well, we do our last show on June 1st. What? All right, fine. I'll see you on June the 2nd. Goodbye.
Mary, who was that?
The employment manager of the May Company.
Well, anyway, when we get to
Wait, just hold a minute. Libby, you mean the minute we get off the air, you're going to work for the May Company?
Yes, I'm lucky. You've heard me talk about Blanche, the girls who are at the lingerie counter.
We?
Well? Well, I could sell a replacement.
Well, that joke was shot. If I ever... Now, kids, getting back to the show we're going to do for the Beavers, I'll play my violin, and Phil, I want your orchestra to accompany me.
Yeah, they'll be there, Jackson.
I know they'll be there, but Phil, these kids have delicate eardrums. So I want to talk to you about your brass section.
You mean my 6 convicts?
Yes. Tell them to play a little softer, that's all. Well, kids, that's all I called you over to tell you. Be at the school auditorium at 2 tomorrow. I'll have the scripts ready.
You know, Mr. Benny, I'm kind of excited about going to England with you.
You are? Well, Dennis, you know, you better start packing for the trip.
I will. And you know something, Mr. Benny?
What?
When we get to London, the first place I'm going to go to is Buckingham Palace.
Well, that is an interesting place.
Yeah, I can't wait to see those little babies that guard it.
Babies? Then what makes you think that little babies guard Buckingham Palace?
I read someplace that every few hours they have to change the guard.
Dennis, how can you be so stupid? Don't you know that... Come in.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Oh, look, it's my mother.
Well, at least you know your own mother.
Sure, I've seen her on television.
Well, it's nice of you to drop in, Mrs. Day. Sit down.
This isn't a social call. I'm here to talk about Dennis. I want you to take good care of him while you're over in England.
Oh, I will.
I want you to see that he eats well, keeps good company, and I want you to put him to bed every night at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
Yes, 9 o'clock.
Well, that isn't fair, Mrs. Day.
Why not?
It means Jack has to stay up an hour later.
Mary, you keep out of this.
Mr. Benny, I want you to see that my Dennis is dressed warmly at all times, that he eats the proper food, that he doesn't talk to strangers, and that he looks both ways before he crosses the street.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Mrs. Day, why do we have to do all of that? After all, Dennis is grown up.
Yes, but he's still my baby. He's my only child. He's all I've got. You know, it's a mistake for a mother to have only one child. She ought to have 4 or 5.
Well, why didn't you?
If he hadn't been the first one, I would have.
I know what you mean. I'll take very good care of Mrs. Day.
Well, see that you do. Come on, Dennis.
Coming later.
Goodbye, Mrs. Day.
Goodbye.
Well, I'm going to run along too, Jack.
Me too. Wait a minute, I'll go with you. Goodbye, Jackson.
Goodbye, kid. Well, I guess I better... Well, how do you like that?
Phil, come back here. What do you want, Jackson?
You forgot Remley.
Oh. I'm sorry. Help me get him up on my shoulders.
Okay.
There. I'll be happy when this month is over.
Why?
June is his month to carry me.
Now.
So long, Jackson.
Goodbye, Phil. See, there was something... I'll get it. Hello? Hello, Mr. Benny? Yes? This is the head of the CBS makeup department calling. I have my staff standing by to make you up for your television show. Well, wait a minute. I don't go on for a week yet. Well, it doesn't give us much time, does it? Never mind. I'll be there in plenty of time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Now, let's see. There was something I wanted to... Oh, yes, I have to get some money to do some shopping before I leave. Rochester, I'm going down to my ball.
Yes, sir. Give Ed my regards.
I will. See, in a way, I feel kind of sorry for poor Ed. Down there alone in the vault all these years. The moat looks pretty full. Gosh, look at these crocodiles. They really live a long time. Look at that big one, how old and wrinkled he is. They say you can tell a crocodile's age by counting the rings in his tail. Let's see. He's only 39. Well, I better go on into the hall. Who goes there, friend or foe?
Friend.
What's the password?
Pair and compare.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny.
That's right. How are you, Ed?
Fine. How are things on the outside?
Oh, not so good. There's been thousands of cases of measles in Los Angeles.
I've never heard of that before.
Measles?
Oh, Los Angeles.
Well, Los Angeles is a city that has been built since you've come down here, you see.
Oh. Nice of you to come down to visit me, Mr. Benny.
Well, this isn't a social visit. I'm here on business.
Oh. How much money are you going to put in the vault?
No. I'm taking some out.
My, this is exciting.
See, I have to do a lot of shopping because next week I'm going to England.
Oh, that should be fun.
It's really a business trip, but I expect to enjoy myself during the 5 days on the ocean.
Ocean?
Yes.
Well, don't sail too far. You might fall off the edge.
No, Ed. They proved that it's round. Well, I think I'll open the safe. Now, let's see. The combination is right to 45, left to 60, back to 15, then left to 110. There. Now, let's see. How much do I want? There, that ought to be enough money. Well, I better go now.
Bye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye, Ed.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Ed, what was that?
Just a figment of my imagination.
Oh, well, goodbye, Ed.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
We're a little late, so good night, folks.
Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Gentlemen, this is our final radio program of the season, and immediately following, Jack will do his final television show. This has been a strenuous season, and on the shoulders of the star of our show falls most of this burden. So without further ado, we bring you a very tiresome comedian.
That's tired.
And here he is, Jack Benny.
Thanks. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, you're right. This has been a very grueling season. Work, nothing but work. I tell you, Don, I'm so tired right now, I can hardly keep my big blue eyes open. I'm really all in.
Well, Jack, I know it's been a tough season, but I can't understand why you should be that tired. After all, you're only 39.
Well, look, Don, it's hard for a man of your age to realize how tired you can get. Now, how old are you?
38.
Well, just wait till you're 39, brother. That's a long pull. Boy, will you be tired then. Of course, the burden, Don, the burden you're carrying is not on your shoulders.
What?
And how you ever got a pair of pants to fit your burden is beyond me. Don, I want to tell you something. Doing radio and television is really a...
Hi, Jack. Hello, everybody.
Well, Mary, here we are finishing another season, another 38 weeks that you've worked for me. How do you feel?
Hungry.
Oh, stop, hungry. Mary, this is the last program of the year. Why can't you be nice? Why do you have to come out in here and infer that I don't pay you enough?
Well, you don't.
I don't. Then why is it every Thursday when you go to the bank, they roll out the red carpet for you?
Because I don't have any shoes.
Mary, if you don't stop that kind of talk, I won't take you to Europe with me. Kid.
I'm sorry, Jack.
Well, you should be. Anyway, Mary, let's not get into an argument now. After all, we're doing our last show, and soon we'll be on the high seas on our way to play the Palladium Theater in London.
Which reminds me, Jack, before we go, you ought to have all your clothes cleaned.
Why?
That ship we're going on is kind of big, and you won't be able to lean over the side and do your laundry. By the way, Don, what are you going to do?
Well, Mary, I'm going to be busy making a picture for 20th Century Fox.
Oh, really? You know, I made a picture of 20th, Don, several years ago.
I know, and by a strange coincidence, Jack, they gave me the same dressing room you used to have.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice one, you know.
I won't have to share it like you did.
You won't?
No, Zanuck hasn't got that polo pony anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. He was so friendly. He used to keep the flies off of both of us. Oh, hello, Phil.
Hiya, Jackson. Hello, everybody.
Well, Phil, here we are at the end of another season. How do you feel?
Thirsty.
That's funny. He started the season that way.
Oh, Phil, do you have any plans?
Sure do, Dunsey. Me and my boys are making a series of personal appearances.
Oh, really? Where are you going?
Well, we open at Burning Stump, Wyoming. Then from there, we go to Stagnant Water, Nebraska. Then we go to Stile Belly, Arkansas. Then we wind up by playing for the Debutantes Ball in Do-Wah-Diddy.
For heaven's sake, Phil, why do you pick such small towns?
My boys won't play no place where they're outnumbered.
Oh, well, Phil, I hope your boys have more respect for your one-night stands than they have for my program. Half the time, they don't even show up. I haven't seen Fletcher, your trombone player, for a couple of weeks.
That's funny you should mention old Fletch. I just got a card from him this morning. He's in Alcatraz.
Alcatraz?
Well, don't blame him, Jackson. It was my fault for hiring a musical arranger who didn't understand my boys.
What do you mean?
Well, we were playing a new arrangement when Fletch comes to a 12-bar rest.
Uh-huh.
Well, Fletch ain't going to sit around doing nothing, so he goes out and robs a bank.
Well, Phil, look I'm not interested in their extracurricular activities. Now, kids, since this is our last program, I'd like to express to all of you my,
What's the matter, Jack?
Dennis isn't here.
Well, since he's going to London with you, maybe he stayed home to do his packing.
Well, that doesn't make any difference. He's supposed to be here for the radio show. He has to sing a song.
Jackson, I wish you'd do me a favor when you get to London.
What is it, Phil?
Hey, buy me one of them English tweeds.
You mean you want me to buy you a suit?
Yeah, but don't just take any old English suit. Be sure to pick a dilly.
Phil, do me a favor and sit down, will you?
Jack, that was a real cute joke. What are you so grumpy about?
Because here we are trying to do our last program, and Dennis has to be late.
Well, why don't you call his house and see what's keeping him?
I will.
Say, Mabel, what is a gate shoot? Mr. Benny's line is flashing. Yeah, I wonder what the heel of fortune wants now. I'll plug in and find out. Hello, Mr. Benny. Yes, sir, I'll see if I can get him. He wants I should try to find Dennis Day for him. He must be lost again. Well, what do you mean again? Does he get lost often? I'll say. His family put a tag on his lapel saying, "If found, forget it."
Well, in a way, I don't blame them. He is kind of dumb. I remember the time I had a date with him.
You went out with Dennis Day?
Uh-huh. He took me to a movie, and when we reached the box office, he asked me whether I'd rather sit in the balcony or downstairs.
Uh-huh.
I was feeling kind of romantic, so I said the balcony.
Oh. And did he buy seats in the balcony?
For me, yes. He sat downstairs. I got long arms, I wouldn't have had any of his popcorn.
Well, at least when you go out with Dennis, he spends some money.
Well, what are you complaining about? The other day you said Jack Benny took you to see a wonderful movie spectacle.
Some movie spectacle. We drove up to the top of the Hollywood Hills and watched Warner Brothers burn.
No kidding. You watched the studio burn?
Yeah. Jack tried to convince me it was Quo Vadis.
Well, how do you like that?
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Benny, but his house doesn't answer.
Okay, I'll try later.
What happened, Jack?
He's not at home. I can't understand it. You think Dennis would be here on our last... Oh, that must be him now. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
Mr. Benny, my name is Louis Wagner. I'm president of the Jack Benny Fan Club. For the joy you have brought into our homes, we wish to present you with a gift which we hope you will cherish and keep as a memento of our appreciation. And it was not without deep thought and much deliberation that we finally selected the gift we thought most suitable to express our sincere feelings.
Well,
We trust that in the years to come, when you travel from the sun-kissed shores of California to the rock-bound coast of Maine, that you will always carry this gift with you as a constant reminder of the glorious hours of pleasure you have given to members of our organization.
Oh, I will. What are you going to give me?
Nothing. I just love to make speeches.
I can't understand. I listen to the radio all the time, and mine is the only program that things like this happen. Not once have I heard that on Stella Dallas. You can tune in on any...
Oh, gee, Mr. Benny, am I late?
Late? I'll say you're late, Dennis. Where were you? Dennis, I'll repeat that. Where were you?
Oh, I was home packing.
Well, I called you. Didn't you hear the phone ring?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you answer it?
I already had it locked in the trunk.
Dennis, you're taking your telephone to England?
Yeah, while I'm over there, I want to talk to my friends in Hollywood. It'll only be a local call.
Well, that's idiotic.
You're right.
What do you mean I'm right?
That's my number, idiotic, 70245.
What?
The phone company gave me a special number.
Look, Dennis.
It's unlisted.
Now stop it! Dennis, didn't you tell me yesterday, this being the last program of the season, you were going to sing a special arrangement of Love and Bloom and dedicated to me?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm very anxious to hear it, so let's have it.
Oh, Mr. Benny, I'd like to ask you something first.
What?
Well, when we get to England, some friends of mine want to meet me, and does the Queen Elizabeth dock at Southampton or Liverpool?
Well, Gee, that's funny. I didn't find out. I think it's Southampton.
I thought it was Liverpool.
No, Mary. I'm almost sure it's Southampton.
Why don't you call the travel agency that arranged for your passage and find out?
Hey, I think I will. Let's see. Their number is, wait a minute. I got it right here. Crestview 73761.
Hello, Transatlantic Travel Agency.
Oh, hello. This is Jack Benny. I'm going to England on the Queen Elizabeth, and I'd like to get some information, please.
Just a moment. I'll connect you with Mr. Wilkins. He's in charge of that.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilkins is on the line. Go ahead, Mr. Benny.
Mr. Wilkins. Yes, I'm sailing on the Queen Elizabeth. Does that ship dock at Southampton?
I don't know.
Well, does it go to Liverpool before it goes to Southampton?
I don't know.
Well, does it go to Southampton at all?
I don't know.
Never heard such stupid answer. Put the girl back on the phone.
Which one was it?
I don't know.
Was she one of our operators, or was it one of the telephone company's operators?
I don't know. Now, look, that girl was there a minute ago. Let me talk to her.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, miss. Are you the girl I just spoke to?
I don't know.
Never mind. Goodbye. Now, where were we?
I don't know.
Dennis, you were going to sing Love and Bloom, and I'm very anxious to hear it, so let's have it.
Okay.
Oh, for heaven's sake, there's the phone again. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, what did you call for?
Well, I'm doing your packing, and I don't want you to be confused.
What do you mean confused?
Well, when you leave on your trip, you're going to Houston first, aren't you? Well, I thought I'd pack some clothes in a separate suitcase for you to wear down there. So I put in your tan jacket, your light slacks, and 5 pairs of woolen socks.
Rochester, it's hot in Texas this time of year. Why should I wear those thick socks?
In case you're stepping in the oil, you'll want to sop up as much as you can.
Say, that's a good idea. I'll be able to wear those socks in Europe, too. Anyway, Rochester, finish all the packing because I won't be able to help you. I'm going to drop by the dentist's office and have my teeth fixed before I go to Texas. What are you laughing at?
You're going to strike oil even if you have to bite your way down.
Never mind. Just finish my packing. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boss.
Now what?
What time will you be home for dinner?
Well, I'll be a little later than usual because right after this radio show, I do my television show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Who's going to be on it?
You are, don't you know?
I know and you know, but tell the people.
Look, Dennis, just sing.
Yes, sir.
Don, give him the introduction, will you?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, since this is the last program of the season, in honor of Jack Benny, Dennis Day will sing a special arrangement of Love in...
Oh, what is this, anyway? Come in.
Excuse me, but could you tell me where I could find Studio C?
Hey, look, kid, it's John L.C. Savoni. Hello, Mr. Savoni.
Huh?
Mr. Savoni, don't you remember me?
No.
But you must. A couple of years ago, you stopped me on the street and asked me for a dime for a cup of coffee, and I gave you 50 cents.
Holy smoke, it's Jack Benny!
Good. I thought maybe you'd forgotten me.
Oh, no. I tell all my fraternity brothers you're my pal.
Your fraternity brothers, Mr. Boney, for a college man, what happened to you?
I'm a poor little lamb who's gone astray.
Now, look, Mr. Savoni. Mr. Savoni.
You're my pal. You can call me John.
Well, John, I haven't seen you for a long time. What are you doing here at CBS?
I'm down here for rehearsal.
A rehearsal?
Yeah. I start my own show here next Sunday night.
You mean you have your own radio program? How did you get it?
Well, I'll tell you how it happened anyway. I was just walking down the street. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't feel like doing anything. Just walking down the street. I said to myself, what are you doing, John? Nothing. And I wasn't. I was just walking down the street. All of a sudden, a man comes up to me and says, hey, you. I said, who? He said, you. I said, me? He said, yeah. He said, how would you like to be on the radio? So I said, how much? He said, $150. I said, I can't afford to pay that much.
No, Mr. Savoni. See, they pay you.
I know. They finally told me that. Then we started to dicker about the price. Ooh, it made me so nervous.
Did you get a good deal?
Yeah. We settled for $125.
But he started out with $150.
I'm no fool. I wasn't going to take his first offer.
Mr. Savoni, I want to wish you all the luck on your new radio program, and I hope I'll see you real soon.
Thank you very much, pal. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Savoni. Now, Don, lock the door, will you? Mary, take the receiver off the phone. We're not going to get any more interruptions. Dennis.
Yes, sir?
Sing the number you're dedicating to me.
Yeah!